The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Real Figures, episode number 55. My name is Omar V, bringing you the latest action figure toy news of the week. This time for reals a week. It only took me a week to get back on here. What's up with everybody, man? How's everybody doing tonight? My man B, where he's a real one, bro. This guy hits the bell for notifications to see when I go live, man. What's up with everybody, man? Yeah, you know, guys, another Sunday night, man. Fuck, almost didn't want to do an episode because like I've been doing that bi-weekly thing and it's been kind of working out. I like the consistency in getting the news that way because I don't know, it just kind of fills out a better show. But man, as everybody knows, it's SDCC coming up next weekend. So man, it's gonna be a lot going on that weekend. They're gonna have Wonder Festival, they're gonna have JJK, I think, another festival going on in Hong Kong, I think. I think that's the same weekend. Medicom toy exhibition, they're going to show off some stuff out there too. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about this weekend. Probably have a really awesome episode on Sunday, man. Probably like 4 hours maybe. I think last year I did like almost 5 hours because it's just so much, man. It's just so much to talk about and stuff, and it's just kind of cool to kind of have, I don't know, just like a show, at least the one that I put together. I try to just do that and all the stuff that goes on YouTube, man, during that time, like all the creators out there kind of covering toy news and stuff. It's awesome, bro. I tell people at work all the time, I'm like, man, this is just like cool little hobby on the side, but the community and all the stuff that happens every day, there's nothing else like it. I can't really remember any point in my life where every week you're like excited to see something new, something different, you know. Like even back in the day, you would get like the catalogs and see new toys. That's the closest thing I ever got to feeling like. But as you get older, you don't get those feelings anymore, man. So I love it. And yeah, like I always say before I check out every time, man, I'm thankful you guys could kind of join me for that. But yo, we'll get into the toy news. I do got a couple pickups want to show off. I got the new Eternia Ninja. It's okay. I like certain things that they did here, but man, I wish they would have gave us extra hands. Has like these nunchucks, and it came with like a crossbow. I didn't really like the crossbow, but the mask, it kind of has like a mask that you kind of just pour it in and out. It has two masks, but I forgot what I did with the other one. I didn't really like it too much, but this Oni one is sick as fuck. And this figure is sold out everywhere, man. I had to get it from, I forgot what site it was. It was called like Tech In or some shit like that. I think it was like from Spain, bro. Took a minute to get here. I'm still waiting on that Terraclaw Skeletor, but I have that one in my pile of loot that I haven't shipped out yet. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, when this was getting teased out, there's a Scare Glow probably coming around the corner because in the box it has like the artwork and stuff. So they're teasing that out. It's pretty cool. And then also from Valiverse, got my haul set from my Vanguard. That shit's awesome, bro. Like what more can I say? Bobby's killing it, man. And dude, this haul set, I got the muddy. I had to get the muddy splatter one because that's the Vanguard I got. It updates the door, so you get like some kind of bullet paint effects and stuff. Got the turret blasting cats. I love this thing. It's awesome. But now I really feel it's like what it should have been, kind of, you know, like this guy's like a lot more personality to it. I think that's the one thing that they were giving him a hard time for over like when he first came out with it. They were calling it like a soccer mom car or some shit. I thought it was cool, but I did like the muddy one, so I'm glad I went in for that one because, like I said, it added a little bit more personality to it. Now this just takes it over the top. Like I feel like this is like awesome, and like it just looks so cool. It's just like, man, imagine seeing this thing rolling down the street. It's like, man, you know, it's like zombie apocalypse type of shit. So I was like pretty stoked to get that. And then that's it. That's all I got this week. Some cool shit around the corner for SDCC we're going to talk about. So get your monies ready. But yeah, man, as always, let me know what you guys are picking up, what you guys think about the stuff you're getting it, and yeah, how you're liking it and stuff. You guys could do that, and I'll say what's up to the chat. Like I was saying, my man B Weird, first in the house, he said, let's get real, motherfuckers. Shout out to him. Man, B Rivera, man, what's up, B? I was gonna ask you and B Weird, like, yo, what's up with that MEZCO exclusive, man? That's gonna be like a $1,000 release right there. Ghost Tab is in the building. He says, sup, Omar? Yo, what's up, Ghost Tab? What's good with you, man? So many Asian toy announcements. YOLO is doing Samurai Pizza Cats, Metal Build EX line. Announced they doing Saint Seiya, Kamen Rider 01, and Vocaloid. I know I'm gonna talk about a Kamen Rider today. I thought that shit looks sick as fuck. I think it's called CX or some shit. That shit looks awesome. I was like, man, that shit looks sick as fuck, bro. Raceland, he says, yo, what's up, Raceland? What's good with you, man? Did the Spaniard website charge you tariffs? It didn't, dude. But you know what else I got? I have it boxed over there. The fucking Batman the animated series, the DC Direct one that was a Walmart exclusive. They had it on there, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't think this is gonna ship out. Like, I was like, this is a weird site. Like, I had never seen it before. And no, they just charged me the shipping, but it took like it took like almost 2 months to get here, bro. I was kind of tripping on that. I was like, what the fuck, is this shit gonna show up, or is it gonna be some kind of bullshit? And then yeah, sure enough, they had this. That, like I said, this shit sold out everywhere. And then that Batman Beyond, but I've been looking for that Batman Beyond just because, like I said, that's the best Batman Beyond, bro. The silhouette of that, I know the articulation is dated as fuck, but man, I was like, fuck, that was almost like gonna be a grail piece for me one day. Not a grail, but something I really wanted to backtrack on. I just didn't want to pay eBay prices because, yeah, Walmart is a bitch for canceling all kinds of shit, bro. I know you guys have seen the posts of like Stone Cold Steve Austin and that G.I. Joe figure. Forget what it's called, Crystal Ball or some shit. Dude, Walmart's a fucking terror, bro. Walmart's a toy terrorist, bro. Hustle SM is in the building. He says, sup, Walmart, what's up, chat? Yo, Hustle, what up? Obi-Wan is in the building. He says, what's up, real collectors? I like that one too, man. Rojo's in the building. He says, what's happening? Yo, Rojo, what up, man? Gotta leave a soccer mom that drive a tactical vehicle 100. Yeah, gotta love. Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, like I said, it's big, but dude, it comes with the driver already, and I had 3 of these guys, the urban commandos. So plus the driver, I was like, man, that's perfect. And dude, I think he was claiming you could put like 10 figures on that thing. You can. I mean, you can like have them on the side, but I was like, yo, that shit, perfect timing for that urban commando. It was like a gray SWAT team look. So I love that shit. The Valorverse van will look amazing with your HasLab Snowcat. No way am I getting that fucking stupid thing, bro. Kamen Rider Zets, they just did a trailer yesterday with the different modes. No, it's not Zets. I think it's the Phases like antagonist. There's like a picture where he's fighting them, and I'm like, man, that looks sick, bro. I want to get that Phase reissue too, because I always liked the way he was just like posed up. That fool looks sick, dude. I love that shit. MEZCO on some bullshit. I bet they make that dock a vehicle pack in the future. Man, that vehicle, right? That vehicle. Now that the van came out and it wasn't that much, I'm like, okay, that vehicle is gonna be like around like that $200 price point. I would hope, unless they stick a figure with that. But that Doc Knock, that's just not gonna be going for cheaper than $500. I know that shit. Omar discovered the cartel's money laundering website. You know it, man. Now you know my secrets. No, just kidding, man. But yo, like I was just saying, we got a lot of toy news to kind of jump into, so let's actually just dive right in, guys. Last week we kind of touched on this as we were signing off, but yeah, I thought we would have seen the pre-orders go live by now. I mean, knowing these guys, they're probably gonna do it as I'm doing this damn show, so that's gonna be a bitch. But yeah, Punisher and comic book Punisher and the Venom Let There Be Carnage live action. I'm interested to see both releases. Like I said last week, I probably wouldn't go in for that Venom, but man, that Marvel Legends is like one of the best Marvel Legends, and I always kind of wanted to see what's up with that Figuarts. I know they have a reissue out there right now. It's just like, I don't know, man. The movies weren't that great, but design-wise, I felt like this was a pretty cool interpretation of Venom, and it made for some really good figures. Like, it just had made for, like, man, I don't know. Like, to this day, even when they reissued that Marvel Legends Venom on Target with the tentacles this time. Like, oh man, it's still a good one. And I don't know, for me, I feel like it holds up on my shelf, and I'm plenty happy with it right there. So I probably wouldn't go in for that. But it is kind of cool that they're touching on that. I want to see maybe these guys do Carnage, you know? I mean, if they're gonna do the movie Let There Be Carnage, I'm pretty sure they got a Carnage around the corner. So I'm interested to see how big and bulky that one is. I know the Figuarts, that's another one that looked really awesome, but man, I felt like those price points were just getting a little bit too high for something that I didn't really enjoy too much. I didn't like the movies, man. I thought they were just too dumb. But like I said, the designs were cool, and they did make for some cool looking figures. And then the Punisher, a lot of pushback on that skull, man. I don't know, man. Could it be like the angle somewhat? It kind of looks like it a little bit, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's the thing with like Mafex sometimes. I know when the Captain America first got shown off, a lot of people didn't really like how it looked. A lot of people were saying, nah, it just looks too classic almost. Sells out. That shit doesn't go for like cheaper than $200, I think, right now, you know? So I think the same thing's gonna be done with this Punisher, especially since it's a character that it's almost taboo, you know, like Marvel really shied away from this guy. Until recently, you know, he came out in that series, and obviously the Marvel Legends were able to put a 2-pack on, so it kind of feels like they kind of loosened their grip on it. But man, during that fucking 2016 and beyond, man, we were living in a fucking parallel universe, bro. Like, we were living in the Twilight Zone. It was like woke culture, like, you know, this shit associated with cops and all kinds of dumb shit. I mean, look at the stuff going on with the G.I. Joe cop figure. Where the hell is that shit at? Where the hell is that shit at? I really thought, like, there's no way they don't release this figure. There's no way. And Yojo July is about to be up and gone, man. That's crazy to me, dude. That's just insane to me that a company can let that affect the way they do business, you know? Because like I said, this is a fan favorite character, man. Punisher's just a badass, just concept to a freaking, I'll call him a hero. He's more of a vigilante, anti-hero type, but you know, Marvel characters are just so cool, and they're so deep in their stories and stuff that it's more than just a guy with a lot of guns, you know. And I think when people look at that skull, they don't just think that. They don't. My head never goes to a fucking dirty cop. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Like, when I see that skull, I think of the Punisher. I think of just how badass of a design that is. It's just, man, that's sick, you know. And you know what it means. You know this motherfucker means business, bro. When you see that fucking huge skull, you know. So that's always what I think. But I don't know. It's just crazy to me to see like companies shy away from stuff because of what they perceive to be toxic or something, you know. We got KJ Smith in the house. Says, yo, what's up, peace? Yo, what up, KJ? We got more people sliding in. We got KJ, we got Andy's in the house. Andy's probably gonna get that new Sanji figure coming out. We got Mayfex Punisher just in time to pair with the ramen van. Yeah, good timing, but I don't know. I'm interested to see the head sculpts that it comes with, and obviously like the accessory spread that it has. Hopefully they check it out, because I know Mayfex lately have been getting kind of cheap when it comes to the accessories and stuff. Best part of the Mayfex movie Venom is that CT Toys can make one with the spider symbol. Oh man, you're right, dude. You're so right about that, man. That's gonna happen. Marvel took the Punisher symbol away due to politics, but realized that the symbol sells, so they brought it back. Yeah, exactly, man. It's you can't dictate your company off of some BS, you know, especially when it makes money, dude. Like, man, that's the one thing I enjoyed about Superman. But even that was one thing that I did notice. There was no American flag. It's like, when you're scared of the American flag, they won, guys. China, Russia, they won. If you're afraid of the American flag, moral decay in the country, bro. This is they won. They won. That's all I gotta say. Because yeah, you see that, and it boggles my mind to think that like, man, we gotta shy away from stuff that is supposed to be a good thing, you know. I don't know. We got Hustle saying, only cop I wanted to support, and Hasbro got cold feet. Yeah, exactly. I know, man. It's just, to me, that's just it's insane to me. Like, I was thinking about that the other day as I was getting slides, because we're gonna take a look at the SDCC exclusive, and it's like, are these guys fucking for real? Like, they haven't put this up for pre-order yet. I thought they would have, like, just on a random Tuesday or something, or Wednesday, and just gotten it over with, but But man, it's just we're about to go into SDCC and SDCC, and it just seems like it's like a Mandela effect. Never happened. Diggs Figs in the house says, "What up, yo? What up, Diggs? What's good with you, man?" We got NYC also sliding in, says, "You're time to get real." Yeah, I was just kind of touching back on some stuff that we looked at last week, but like I was saying, next week also these guys have their little showcase. Obviously, they get into showing off like bear bricks and stuff. Everybody goes into the MOFX section though. That's when it gets really exciting, man. We start seeing early prototypes, some painted samples that were early prototypes last year that gives us an idea what's going up for pre-order next. And then some stuff that I like though. It's like when you see these events, you kind of think they have everything planned out and you can kind of start mapping it out. This shit came out of fucking nowhere, bro. Came out of fucking nowhere, and that's what I'm excited about now going into this. It's like, okay, we saw some stuff last year. Is it just going to be more painted shit? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. So looking forward to that. And yeah, like I said, next week's going to be jam-packed. Like SDCC's got a lot of stuff up their sleeve. I know the companies are going to come hard with it, man. Like just to see the Jada Toys is having a panel, and that's probably one of the panels people are looking most forward to, is insane, bro. I couldn't imagine that like a few years ago, you know, but here we are. And also last week, kind of got to take a look at an early tease from Sexy Eyes. We got this executive, the Unk Val Smasher, Test Type 1 Smasher. And man, dude, if it's anything like that last release, these things are going to sell pretty good. I think the one thing that definitely stands out here, though, is the design. It's definitely got like football inspiration. I don't know if you guys ever watched Fox NFL Sunday, but they used to have these cool like CGI, like robot fucking football things that would come out like during a little promo bumpers for the commercials. And it kind of reminded me of that. But at the same time, it's just the engineering that they're putting into these figures. It just allows for some dope ass posing. Like this shit just looks so sick. And I really, like I said last week, there's something about this whole company that I really enjoy seeing. Is just like their approach to like their whole marketing. It's cool. It's got like cool, like, you know, text, and I don't know, just the way they pose out their figures and stuff. Even on their Instagram, if you go on their Instagram, you can kind of see that they'll post like 3 of the same posts, and it kind of looks like a collage when you kind of zoom out. And it's like these guys really think about everything, like when they're dropping something, to the point that I think they even jammed up the homie Achilleon. I know everybody knows Achilleon. He's always posting. That motherfucker is like a real toy influencer. He buys like every release, but I guess they hit him up about taking his post down about this because yeah, they weren't ready to show it off themselves. So, you know, he actually took him down. He was just like, hey, fuck it, no problem, you know. And then he kind of put that Pepe the Frog fucking little meme and shit. And yeah, he kind of just let it be known that they told him to take it down. But like I said, they're really particular about the way they roll their stuff out, I guess, and to the point where I guess it's first runs and done. Like I don't think they plan on doing reissues. I know a lot of people are looking for forward to seeing if they do a reissue on that Exterminator squad, but apparently not, man. So this one not coming in a 3-pack. I think it's just good to pre-order some if you're even somewhat interested, because knowing that these are going to end up selling out and you're just going to be assed out, you know. But like I was saying, the thing that really stands out is the design of this one, man. This is just something that, even though it looks familiar, it almost has like a American football player look, a rugby look. This pose right here, it just looks like Bo Jackson back in the day, knocking that shit out of the park, you know. It's just crazy, like fucking the baseball player kind of pose that they can pull off with this. It's sick, man. I love the whole thing that they got going on here. And then it even has like almost like a little bit of World War II inspiration, man, with like the helmets, especially on that last release. It's in the name, you know, and to the point, like I said last time, the photography right here just kind of lends itself to an entire story. Like, I don't know if these guys have like a comic book planned or if they're working on their own kind of universe that they got planned, but just the posing that they do and all the solicitations of their photos, I don't know, it just has like a lot of world building with not a lot going on. Like there's no kind of scenes in this. It's just the figures you know, getting posed out like crazy, and that's enough to sell it, you know. And that's what I mean sometimes when it's just like kind of getting tired to see so many third-party companies just making the same old thing over and over. Another third-party Batman, not to say they're bad figures, but man, it gets a little bit tiring, you know. But I guess you could just spread yourself out. You don't always have to get that stuff. Like, man, I've been kind of just looking at like third party transformers. I don't want to get any, but they do look really cool, and I can start to understand why people go down these routes. Like, it's just some of the better stuff out there. But these guys really stand out with their personal designs and stuff. And like I said, their whole marketing, their whole approach to their drops. And then this is the thing I was wondering about last week also was that visor. So it's pretty dope that it kind of changes out, and I guess you could kind of illuminate it or whatever. So that's awesome. Like that, even though you're not going to switch around the head, that just allows for like different expressions, you know. It's just with the words and stuff, it's just like danger, safe, and all kinds of shit. So pretty dope, man, you know. Like that's just awesome. So that's the one thing I was wondering, and I was like, how are they gonna have that? But it's just cool. It just kind of pops out or whatever, little visor piece. But that's sick. We got more people sliding in. Dark G in the building says that Mayfex Venom hopefully is as good as the SH one. Yeah, I don't know. We got to see. Like SH really lends itself to great articulation in that freaking crotch area. That's why, like I said, these guys really kind of take the approach somewhat of like a Yamaguchi, but man, they've like refined their own thing. It's crazy, you know. We got Ghost Tab saying not even Tom Hardy saw it coming. Mayfix doing a figure of that piece of shit figure. Yeah, exactly. Whenever we get a Tom Hardy head sculpt, that'd be cool, man. If they do, that might be a selling point. But then they'll have to pay him, you know. So Sexy Ice 2019, Unk Val can't stand the names, love the figures. Yeah, the test type 1 smasher. I'm like, man, that shit's fucking a lot to remember. I still don't know why the football robot uses a baseball bat. Bro, that's a fucking vermin smasher, bro. He's a Bo Jackson homage. Yeah, man. That's like, dude, just man, when you see baseball players back in like the 80s and then like the 90s and shit, it's like, man, these dudes were definitely roided up because like their fucking forearms and all that shit, their thighs is like, hey, yo, am I checking these guys out? No, dude, they definitely had that build. And it's just like I said, when you see that freaking torque in their knees and all that stuff hitting that ball, it's like, man, dude, baseball is a fucking crazy ass sport. I know a lot of people think it's like, oh, you just stand around. That shit's intense, bro. So when you see these motherfuckers in the major leagues, it's like, yeah, they're the best of the best, bro. Like, that's crazy, man. But yeah, Bo Jackson, I know Harbinger Studios putting out those collegiate legends. They need to do real legends. Give me the real legends, bro. Give me a fucking Bo Jackson. Fuck all that shit. Like, dude, make the legends, bro. Like, man, XFL figures. Yeah, there you go. I'll take some XFL figures. Put some jerseys on that shit. That's hilarious, man. We got more people sliding in. We got Will Flow in the house. He says, "What up, KJ? What up, Will? What's good with you, man?" He says, "What up, peeps?" Albert's Archive. Omar, let's go. Yo, Albert, what up, man? Shout out to Albert. We got that muscle up batting robot pose reminds me of less roided version of Barry Bonds. Yeah, I know. Fucking Barry, man. Dude, a lot of these baseball players, man, they're being held out of that Hall of Fame, but they gotta let them in, bro. They sold a lot of tickets, you know. But yeah, like I was saying, feel free to pre-order these, you know, as you see them go up and stuff. I locked in 3 just because I don't know. Like I said, I missed out on that 3-pack, but I do want to get like a little kill squad, you know. And then yeah, I don't know, maybe hold out hope. I know I just said that they don't really plan on reissuing stuff, but bro, you're gonna leave money on the table. I always find that like crazy, you know, but it's toys and that's the game you play with stuff. I know Bobby has brought that up about Action Force. He's constantly getting asked to re-release certain stuff, and he's like, moving forward, bro. No looking back, you know. So I guess eBay is the only route for certain stuff, you know. But you know, when it gets too crazy high up, I don't know. I always kind of hold out hope that maybe the company kind of, you know, break bread. And like I said, this is just the accessory spread it comes with, so you can kind of switch it out any which way. And even without those pauldrons, like on the shoulders, it looks pretty sick. Like it looks pretty dope, you know, just like more crimson red. Like it looks sick, man. And since it's not really attached to anything, you could use these for whatever the hell you want, bro. Like I think that's the best part, you know. So be on the lookout for that. And then these guys are going to be at Wonder Festival, you know. So like I was saying, all these companies got a lot of stuff planned out for this weekend. So yeah, just look at the design on this crazy fucking thing. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but looks pretty crazy. So you're gonna see that, and yeah, wait to see that. And also Ling Jing Jun, TMNT. Final production photos are floating around the internet. So yeah, we're getting to look at obviously what we got to see last year at Wonder Festival. Probably the showstoppers, man, in a weekend full of awesome stuff. These really stood out, and for them being just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, like, man, how many times have we seen that from different companies? But something about these just look like potentially the best turtles you can buy, you know. I love the MEZCO turtles. I'm glad I got that set, but even those are kind of I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're the best out there right now, but I don't know. Something about these stylistically looks better to me. And this is what I feel like the 2003 TMNT turtle should have been, you know. I don't know, man. I've been tempted about getting those Super 7s, but I can't, bro. It's something about the way the plastic looks. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me that a company like that is officially licensed. These are too, but when you see stuff like Fury Toys and all that stuff, like unlicensed stuff, it's like, man, Super 7, get the hell out of the way. Get out of the way, guys. Come on. The pros handle this. So yeah, that's that. And the one thing that actually I thought was pretty cool too right here was like all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle title. It's all kind of different and stuff. So this guy right here, 1984, New York City. This one kind of looks more like the cartoon and stuff. And then I think this is from the movie, if I remember correctly or something. But yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. And yeah, since these are close or yeah, final production samples, like man, just the sculpt work and all the shading and the paint just looks so good, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy to think that another freaking TMNT set is like this exciting to get. But like I said, this is potentially the best one out there, you know. Because I always like that too when they take a little bit of the designs on all the turtles and they tweak them around somewhat, you know. They all have their own personalities, like, and for just the minimal photography that we're getting for these, they already seem like great figures. Like this shot right here of Mikey in the corner, like that shit just it's awesome. It just looks sick as hell, man. You know, so all the head sculpts for me looking dope. And then like I was saying, man, the unlicensed stuff, Fury Toys looks like they're teasing out their Shogun turtle. So the last turtle in that set that we've been waiting for from Samurai Force is finally coming out. And yeah, man, this is awesome. Like this just looks sick to the point it just looks like artwork, man. And I almost wish they released them unpainted, because I remember when they first showed off the Michelangelo, I thought that shit just looked so awesome. I was like, man, just to see like the sculpt on it, it just looks mostly like a dope statue, you know. It just looks really dope, you know. So we got a little video. So yeah, this is the Rage Toy Samurai Force Shogun the Winter. So like everybody remembers, they were always kind of showing off like just, you know, different seasons and stuff. The Leo was spring, right? That was spring, and then I think it was the Mikey was summer, and I think the autumn was Donnie. So yeah, we got the winter now for Raph, and I can't remember if they had showed off like a fifth turtle, like the female turtle, but I can't remember the name on it. And that pre-order never went live, so I'm actually kind of wondering if they opened both of these around the same time. I know they did that with Donatello and the Splinter, kind of opened them around the same time and stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to just get it. But I'm really just looking forward to this raft. This shit just looks fucking sweet, man. So yeah, you guys checked it out. We got Albert saying they made them fucking jacked. Yeah, I know. Those are those fucking ultra mutated TMNT figures. Oh man, that's what I always like about TMNT. I always trip out when people are like, "Oh, they're too big or they're too small." It's like, bro, they're mutants, dude. Like they can keep mutating, you know. It's just always so cool to see the different versions of stuff, like what people like. I don't know, like what people think of when they think of TMNT. You can think of the cartoon, you can think of the movie. These guys definitely think of like some feudal Japan, like old school type of samurai theme to it. It's just it's sick, man. It just, I don't know. Like, long live TMNT, bro. Them motherfuckers are never gonna die, bro. TMNT is gonna be around for fucking ever, man. TMNT done right, especially with the 4 different shades of green. Yeah, man. It's just, I love that. They always have to have that. And you know, all the companies do that though. I don't think there's one company that's made them like all solid one color. I think even down to Playmates, you know, and that's always been, yeah, the one thing that always is super cool to see. And they always kind of go with those exact colors too. They don't really kind of shuffle them around. I never see Michelangelo with like Donatello's green. It just doesn't fit him, you know. So they always do have like their specific shades of green. And I love that the companies don't tweak that around too much. I'm trying to think if there's a company that has done that. But no, stylistically, they always kind of have them relatively the same. And then speaking of TMNT, man, I got to give it to the GOAT, baby. Pixel Dan putting out a book, The Toys of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1, covering every TMNT figure release from 1988 to 1993. So, man, this is freaking awesome. Like, shout out to Pixel Dan, man. I have his Motu edition, and yeah, dude, it's just crazy to see like the amount of work he puts into this. It's like I enjoy that, man. Even if it's not something that's like my cup of tea, I always enjoy like the effort that people put into when you see the passion coming through the work, you know. It's great, you know. So shout out to him. I actually have like a little video, you can check it out.
I am so happy to announce that my latest book, The Toys of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an unofficial guide, Volume 1, is now available for pre-order. Working together with several bodacious TMNT fans from all across the country, this full-color hardcover book chronicles all of the action figures, vehicles, and playsets released in the original Ninja Turtles toy line from 1988 through 1993. With over 500 pages covering more than 280 items, The Toys of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an unofficial guide, Volume 1 is a must-have for any TMNT collector.
Yeah, like I said, that's just fucking awesome, man. Like, I gotta get this shit just because it's just cool to have. Yeah, like this is like coffee table fucking shit all day right here, man. Like I'm putting this right here in my toy room. Like that's just sick. I love it. Just to even, I don't know, just have on hand. Like you could always see what potentially could get reissued. Right now the mutant modules coming in stock at Target. Order my shit in the morning. I was like, yo, coming in stock. Getting that. Fuck yeah. So it's just sick, man. Like I said, it's just to see where we're at when you see stuff like this, like, man, you know, and it's just, this is only volume 1. It only covers 5 years, bro. Like to 1993. Imagine that, dude. Like we're in 2025. Like shout out to Pixel Dan for doing the legwork on this, man. And like he says, he mentions that he has to get help from like different collectors that are like hardcore collectors. Like these guys got like grail type collections, you know. Gets them to be able to do photography with that stuff, you know. Like that's sick. It's like I said, that's a lot of work, you know. So, you know, wish them well on this book, and I know I ordered my shit. I'm ordering mine, so I'm actually kind of waiting to see if it pops up on Amazon, but I'm definitely copying this the first time I come around it. I think it even goes up on BBTS and stuff. So, and it's cool that it's not no like crowdfund. Like this dude put in the work, and he knows this is like a passion project that he knows it's even gonna be, you know, fulfilling financially. Like this is just awesome, you know. And then I guess there's like a deluxe edition and stuff also. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Definitely hit up his like bio and stuff for the links. And like I was saying, that's just volume 1, takes us into 1993. I wonder if he ever gets into the volumes where he starts having to cover the NECA stuff, because man, NECA is probably like I would say the kings when it comes to like TMNT figures now. You know, I know obviously Playmates have like the license. They're the first ones to put out the toys. We see the third party stuff, but I feel like NECA, the amount of stuff that they put out consistently is just, it's crazy, man. It's just, you know, they're able to be on top of like even the more recent stuff, because this last Ronin set right here, we've been seeing this since last year at TMNT. So this being a NECA store exclusive Last Ronin and comics figure bundle. It's a comic that I didn't really read, but I did enjoy the Last Ronin. That Last Ronin comic series is freaking awesome. It definitely brought like a lot of buzz back to the comic shops. Like I remember at that time, I think it was kind of around the time of the pandemic. Man, the comic shops was buzzing, bro. Just every time that issue came out, there was like constant delays on it, but that new issue was just, man, that was a crazy kind of more recent comic kind of phenomenon, you know. And it was good. Like that shit was just awesome reading each issue. And then when this story came out, it was kind of like the next gen. I don't know, I just felt like it was kind of more money grabby, you know. I gave the first issue a shot, but I didn't like it, you know. But to see NECA coming out with the figures already is I don't know. Like I said, the Turtle Bros, Turtle Bros go hard for this shit, man. So give me more turtles and different kind of like designs and stuff. I think these are still gonna sell well. You know, they always the one thing about TMNT is they always have like that urban kind of aesthetic. You know, they just kind of fit like with that New York, even if it's futuristic cyberpunk New York or 1980s or 90s. They just kind of have that urban look that I don't know, just kind of I could definitely see people having a lot of fun with this type of set, because they just fit, and then the designs aren't the worst either. It's a little confusing to see what their main weapons are because they all kind of seem to have a mixed mash, but you can kind of see the ones that kind of resemble more Raph, more Leo, like more Donatello, like more Mikey and stuff. So they kind of have their little inspirations spread out, but I don't know. To me, it's a set that I could stay away from just because it's just I don't know. It's not the Turtles I grew up with, but like I said, I still see it's a set that could definitely get its money going to NECA and stuff. Like I said, man, Turtle Bros go hard for this shit, bro. They don't sleep on it. And then it does come with like the comic book, so I don't know if you want to jump into that. The Re-Evolution, I know I've seen people pick up the Granny April, and just for the I guess the gimmick of that, it's like, man, April O'Neil, like now she's a grandma and shit. It's like that's kind of cool, And then the Casey Marie Jones, I know she's hitting that target right now with the motorcycle. That figure looks pretty badass too. I like the design that they got going on for her. So pretty cool to see NECA go this deep with the Last Ronin stuff, man. I know a lot of people are waiting for that movie, that video game. I hope they do the fucking movie right, man. I really do. Toothpick says fire. Yeah, that's why I don't know. Like, it's crazy to see that NECA's ahead of all that stuff. I thought we would have seen at least a movie or a video game by now. We got more people slided in. Ghost Tab saying, Hustle was saying, so ready for the Last Ronin movie adaptation. Yeah, exactly. Who's making that? What studio's making that? I know it's being made, but I forget who's making it, man. In the comic book included for the special edition, it says Last Ronin 2. Oh, does it? I don't know. I know it's Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution. It was like the continuation, but if you read the last issue of the Last Ronin, it ends. It has a good ending to it. I do like the turtle with the same colors as the Chavo del Ocho. Yeah, it does have kind of look like that. The one of each weapon from all the OG turtles. Yeah, that's what I kind of noticed. It's like, but I kind of wish they would have just done the same thing as the classic. It's just give them their special weapon, man. You gotta get all crazy with this shit. I don't know. I thought that would have just been a lot better. That definitely is like next evolution. This is just mix mash. And then some turtles floating around leaks, I guess. So we got the Vacation Leonardo and the Vacation Donatello. So kind of looks like that set just kind of repackaged into 2-packs, that SDCC set that we kind of knew that they would eventually do. Probably doesn't come with like the surfboard and the wave, but if you still want to get the set, I guess, and you missed out, I think this is a good opportunity. And then we got Granny Bebop and Baby Rocksteady. So it's kind of goofy that they always kind of go really deep with these deeper cuts, but it's like I said in the past, it's like once they release all the characters in that cartoon, what the hell else are they gonna do? So they got to get into getting those niche looks and specific looks from certain episodes. And I don't know, for what it's worth, I guess it's pretty cool. They actually put in the money for the tooling and stuff. They tend to sell well, and they end up going up in the aftermarket because I don't think they make too many like those fucking Easter bunny ones. Like, man, those are crazy in the aftermarket. At least I know they were. I don't know if they still held up, but they definitely hold their value for what they're worth, so be on the lookout for those. That's just the early leak. And then we got Michael Myers H2O 20 years later. Man, and this came out in 1998, and to think that was 20 years later, and now it's like 2025 and this motherfucker's still around all the time. Oh man, it's just, I don't know, it's just not the best looking Michael Myers figure, but yeah, at least it's another one for the collection for the NECA fans and shit. I always do find it interesting to see what kind of accessories each one of these Ultimates get. So you got this fucking blade with the fucking the hockey shoes and shit, the ice skating shoes, the ice skates, with the blood on it. That's crazy. I can't remember this movie. Is this the one with Busta Rhymes, or is this the one with fucking LL Cool J? Oh man, they all kind of blend together because they're all kind of the same fucking movie, It's like, what the fuck, man? What's the one that's out right now? The I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, man. Shout out to Jennifer Love Hewitt. I had forgot about that chick, but man, she used to be smoking hot back in the day, bro. Early 2000s, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Forget about it, bro. Oh man, but yeah, I know she's out in this one, man. I haven't really heard anything about it though, but I just find it fucking stupid as hell that they can't come up with like different shit. Michael Myers though and Jason, I feel like these are the movies that get the pass. Like these motherfuckers always got to be around. I always just find it hilarious when you'll see like Jason in space or some shit, or like Leprechaun in space or Leprechaun in Las Vegas. That's the one I'm waiting for, man. Like I know people have brought it up in the past. Put out a little Leprechaun Ultimate Edition, man. Like I'll cop that shit. That movie was fucking hilarious back in the day. The first one was scary as shit, bro. But when you started seeing Leprechaun in the hood, it's like, yeah, this is fucking stupid as hell. But oh man, just a good time. I just love these old cheesy slasher movies and stuff. But the first Halloween is, man, one of the best horror movies of all time. That's so good. 1 and 2, and then I don't know. I can't really remember. Like I said, the rest of them, they all kind of blend together. But it is it is a trip to see all the figures get made from NECA. That's pretty cool. I'm late. These new turtles are ugly as fuck. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a little bit too deep cut for me, but I can see people buying them. I can see people buying them, man. I think it's smart for them to put them out in the pack too. I think singled out they wouldn't sell well at all. Wavy's in the house. Says gang gang gang. Yo, what up, Wavy? Jennifer Love Huge Stitch is still gorgeous. Yeah, I haven't seen, like I saw her on the poster and I completely forgot about her. I was like, man, where's this chick been? Like, what's her name? Jessica Alba too, man. Jessica Alba was like, fuck, she was fucking smoking hot. But I think she's like a billionaire now or some shit. I forgot. She does like some kind of like home products or some crazy shit. I'm like, man, what happened to these dime pieces, bro? Man, you see the actors and the actresses now? Like, what's that chick that came out in Thunderbolts? Fuck, bro. I was like, man, like, are you kidding me? Like, oh no, dude. Everybody needs a little torta on the side. Jennifer Love Hewitt is no exception. Hey, yo. Is she? She's a little bit thicker now, huh? Hey, man. Come on, bro. Middle-aged Jennifer Love Hewitt is still better than fucking Florence Pugh. I'll tell you that. I'll take that all day, man. And then from NECA, we jumped into McFarlane Toys, teasing out a Peacemaker from the new series. And when I first saw this, I thought it was a straight reissue. And for the most part, it kind of is. It just has a few tweaks and stuff, but oh fuck, man. Oh man, the slide's missing. All I see is the stupid eagle. Oh fuck, guys. We're not gonna take a look at the figure, but I thought I had a picture of it. But yeah, man. I'm just kidding, bro. You can't see me, John Cena, baby. Oh man, but yeah, for the most part, pretty good head sculpt, man, on the Cena. And fuck, dude, I'm waiting for that Mafex Peacemaker to come out, man. I know we saw that last year. Early prototype, like, man, anything but McFarlane, just because the one thing on this figure that kept me away from getting that first release was those elbows, dude. Like when that elbow opens up, that double jointed elbow, the gap in that shit just looks so, oh man, it just looks fucking hideous, bro. Absolutely hideous, man. You know, especially because it's like that flesh color. It just looked fucking gross. It just looked like a chunk of this motherfucker's arm was just missing, bro. Like absolutely disgusting, you know. So I kept me away from it, and I always waited for another company to maybe put it out. I know the first season did fairly well. I thought it was enjoyable. I didn't think it was like the greatest thing ever, but I thought for what it was worth, it was pretty cool. It just kind of felt like it was going like in a dead end, you know. So to see they're kind of rebooting it and kind of almost rebranding it somewhat, like this is season 1.5 apparently or some shit, or like a reissue of season 1. I don't know. I think that's kind of confusing, but I'm gonna give it a shot again, just because, like I said, I did like John Cena as a Peacemaker. That Suicide Squad movie, I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was fucking one of the funniest superheroes that I've seen on screen in a long time. And I wanted a figure of it, you know. Like I said, I wanted a figure of it. I thought season 1 was okay. I thought he was more funny in the movie, but like I said, I wanted a figure of it. It's just probably not gonna be this Todd. Even though this one somewhat looks a little bit better, but like I said, it's still those fucking elbows. You can see it from here. You could see how big that elbow is when that shit bends. Oh, dude, it looks so fucking gross. I ain't having that shit. Jessica Alba selling Honest Juice and Honey Money Slow Down. Did it? I know dude. I thought she was like a billionaire, bro. Jessica Alba. Yeah, no, that's my Sue Storm. Oh man, bro, that scene where like she loses her clothes, like, bro, they're not making that Sue Storm anymore, bro. We are not seeing that. We're not seeing that on screen ever again. Like, man, the fact that she was okay with doing that, like, what actress would be these days? Not many. I don't think so. Me Too movement, man. Me Too movement ruined all that shit. It looks Beast Kingdom quality figure. Come on, bro. Let's not bash the Todd father that bad. Come on, bro. Let's have some respect for Todd. At least, come on, guys. I mean, we can talk shit about Hasbro all day, bro. But Todd father, come on. Let's at least give the guy, cut the guy some slack, man. That's T-Hawk's eagle. Yeah, there you go. Eagly. Like, that's kind of lame. It doesn't even have articulation in the wings, but yeah, it's fucking Todd, man. Fuck this guy. Mel Say in the building says, sup, Omar, peace to the chat. Yo, Mel, what up, man? Tyler L is also in the building. He says, yo, guys, what up? Yo, what's up, Ty? Let's go with you, man. 2025 Sue Storm is girl boss and orders read around. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at that Hot Toys right now. And yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to that movie. That last trailer was really good, dude. That last trailer with the different music, where they're doing that press conference and they're like, what did he want? And he's like, he wanted to, in exchange for our son. And they were like, what the fuck? Give that motherfucker your son. Like, that was like a crazy tone in that movie that I didn't see coming. All right, I'm more excited to see it now. Especially when they see him too, when they're like out in space and you just see his eyes light up. Like, that looked fucking insane, bro. Like, that looked insane. Like, almost gave you chills just watching that. It's just like you just see like this fucking like Galactus in fucking space, bro. It's just insane. I was like, man, I think if anybody ever saw that in person, it's just like our mind could not comprehend that, bro. Like, I think just seeing something like that, you would just instantly go insane. Instantly, bro. Like, we cannot wrap our head around something like that, you know? Like, that's why, like, when you see stuff in movies and stuff, that's awesome. It's like, man, that's where you really get to see stuff like this, you know? But jumping back to the Todd stuff, we got Warhammer 40K figures. So we got an Ultramarine coming out. Yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere too, man. I know this guy has a license to the Warhammer stuff, but every so often he kind of just tends to drop a new wave and stuff. But like, it almost kind of seems like it's in the back burner of things, where I always feel like this is up Todd's wheelhouse, man. This is his bread and butter, dude. Like, these big chunky toys. And from what I heard, he does really well with the Warhammer stuff, to the point that even these artist proof editions tend to sell really well too. And I actually like that. I actually like that he offers that, because I know with the Warhammer stuff, it's like heavily customized little community and stuff. So they tend to paint their own stuff, you know, their little figurines and stuff. I don't know if that community really catches wind of this McFarlane line, but for what it's worth, like I said, I've seen people use these parts for different stuff. I think I follow this guy on Instagram. I think his name is Medosa Customs. He does like Masters of the Universe customs. That guy has the best Masters of the Universe collection of all time. And I like, hands down, every time I see his stuff, I'm like, man, it just looks insane. And I know he's used like a few of these like Warhammer figures. I think recently he did like a Ram Man. Like, you just see this big ass, chunky ass fucking dude with like arms, and it's just like, yeah, who's making that? Todd's making that shit, bro. Like, Todd is definitely giving that plastic. You know, he's delivering that plastic. So, and the same thing, like I said, it's something about seeing artist proof and like prototypes and stuff. It just, I don't know, the sculpts really shine and stuff. You know, you just really get to admire and appreciate it. So it's kind of cool to see those figures get released, even though I know early on he was getting teased heavily for this shit, for doing these artist proof editions for like the DC stuff. Yeah, that kind of seems a little goofy, but for the Warhammer stuff, I feel like it works, you know. It's something about that just fits with that whole line. And then we get Blood Angel. So I don't know the exact name to these guys, but I trying to learn somewhat about the different armors and stuff, like the Ultramarines, the Blood Angels. This one looked kind of cool. I like that different kind of head sculpt. It just kind of makes it really pop and stuff. Kind of looks like it's like fucking on fire and shit. So I think with lighting and stuff, you do some kind of photography that's gonna light up pretty dope. And then this dude's fucking sword, like that shit just looks crazy. That fucking skull on it. Yeah, this Warhammer stuff, I know if we ever see this like on the big screen, this is something I feel is gonna take off too. I know they had that little recent Amazon little anthology series. I think it was called Secret Level or some shit. They had like a Warhammer episode. Man, that was like the only taste of Warhammer that I've ever gotten. I've never like read about it, never outside of the figures and stuff that I've seen. Don't know shit about it. Saw that little episode and I was like, fuck, this is intense. Like this shit is fucking intense. It's like, yeah, you can see why people go down this rabbit hole, man. It's just brutal shit that you see right there, you know. So yeah, like I said, you see this on the big screen. I know it's gonna catch fire because for the casual person that finds intrigue in it, like they just go down these deep rabbit holes and you start seeing collections being bought up, just like Joy Toy and all kinds of stuff. So pretty cool to see. B Rivera saying, if I find these at Ross, I'm all in. You just might, man. Like I said, I do see them sell, but man, you find all kinds of goodies at Ross, man. I do like seeing those posts going on, even though I never get anything myself. I do enjoy seeing the stuff that's out there, Eddie, man. Omar, when he sees the Chaos Gods, would go insane. Yeah, you goddamn right, bro. Like I said, there's certain stuff that your fucking mind just can't comprehend. So I feel like the government doesn't tell us about aliens, bro, because our minds would explode. Our minds would explode, man. You didn't know that? Shit, man. At least that's my theory. But yeah, like I was saying, man, big chunky toys is his cup of tea. And for what it's worth, I don't think these Warhammer figures are going above $30 because from there we move into the Fallout Elite Edition T60 battle armor. And man, I know people were waiting for this fucking thing. Ever since they saw this guy making the goddamn statues, they knew, hey, what if this guy makes these armors? They put that figure of that chick out last week. What was that chick's name? What's that actress's name? She's actually a pretty good actress too. Once they saw that figure, they're like, yeah, these motherfuckers are going to come out pretty soon. What is he going to charge though? If that chick costs $60, that ugly ass dog, what the hell is this going to cost? Pleasantly surprised to see it's only 60, but at the same time, I'm kind of tripping that it's 60, man. Because, dude, I was watching a Toy Games video this morning. He was kind of talking about it. That, yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, and it kind of all happened around this time of like this tariff situation. I don't want to say that Todd reacted to that by branding this Elite Edition. This was probably already planned out this way, but really crazy to see that it just almost like overnight. Everything was just above 30 now. I remember that first wave that he brought up, that wave that was exclusive to his site, that Superman was like 30 or $40. And people were like tripping. It was like it was $40. Like, whoa, $40. This guy's out of his mind. Dude, to see stuff getting priced up at $60, as cool as it looks, it's just, man, I don't know, man. It's like I've said it in the past, bro. Some of this stuff is just, you got to pay to play, man. You know, that's why sometimes it's almost cool to not be into everything. You know, it's just like I've never played Fallout. I didn't watch the series. I know people, they brought up how good the series was, and I don't know, maybe some people backtracked on playing some of the games back in the day, but the designs of that stuff lends itself to fucking good looking action figures. And even though I don't know shit about Fallout, like I just said, this looks fucking dope. Like, this looks awesome. This looks like if this was a $30 figure, man, can you imagine 25? That's why I always remember early McFarlane, that early DC multiverse, that fucking that Doomsday Batman, what was that shit called? That big ass. I remember picking that up at Target and being like, whoa, like there's no way this gets past the register. There's no way this cashier picks this up and doesn't assume that I switched it out with something. Cause that shit felt like a 5-pound weight stuffed into a box. It wasn't no deluxe. It's $25, bro. where it's just like Todd, man, he was spoiling people, bro. That's why everybody brings up. That's a lot of plastic. What does he like to give us, guys? He likes to give us that plastic crack for the low, man. And to see that it's not anymore, it's kind of, I don't know, man. Like I just said about Todd, we got to cut this guy some slack, bro. But this is a little bit too spicy. This is a little bit too spicy, but if I'm just looking at it in a vacuum, I'm like I said, I don't know anything about it. I just think it's a dope looking figure. Like it's just a dope looking figure that same thing, man. Look at this. Look at the photography that you could kind of cook up already if you do that. Like just get some kind of battle torn, post apocalyptic scene. Like you see that all the time. You see that all the time from photographers. Just all these like ruins and city ruins and all that stuff looks awesome, you know. So yeah, like I said, maybe you could roll the dice. Maybe some of these elite editions do end up going to Ross, but I know some of them aren't. Some of them are kind of selling out. I think that Doom Slayer, that recent one that came out, I think that one's selling out in a lot of places. I know the Lilith he put up for pre-order, I don't think that's sold out. I think you might start seeing some sales on this stuff, but if it looks this good, and you know, there's other people that don't give a fuck, dog. They'll buy shit on eBay. They don't give a fuck about $60. So who knows, man? Who knows, like, just how many of these figures he's making? Like his regular DC multiverse stuff selling out sometimes, where the quantities can't be that high. So I can imagine for his elite edition stuff, yeah, you're probably looking at more limited runs of stuff. But man, who knows? Who the fuck knows? But anybody in the chat going in for this stuff? Because like I said, I find it cool looking, but I can easily pass because like I said, it's just not something I'm really familiar with. The Warhammer lore is nuts. Lots of murder, factions, loyalties. Us casuals are not ready for how deep that property goes. Yeah, that's the one thing, right? That I think even kind of keeps people away from him because, like you said, how deep it is. It's daunting, bro. And it's always something about that. Like, even though I don't really come across like a gatekeeper or like a Warhammer gatekeeper, like, fuck you don't know Warhammer. I'm sure they're out there, but I don't come across them. But it does seem like something that's like, man, you really got to like learn a lot of this shit. But man, it's just so awesome to see it. Like I said, I only got like a little taste and I was like, whoa, man. Like, yeah, you want to learn more about it. You want to just learn more about it. The more you see, the more you want to go down. So, yeah, that's like I said, that looks like it's, if done right from a studio, they'd be printing a lot of money, man. Because some of the superhero shit coming out now. I mean, we were talking about the Superman movie last week. I liked it, but it seemed kind of cheesy. You know, the more I think about it, the more disappointed I am in it. Even though I still said it's, you know, I liked it. I want to watch it again. It's like, man, wish some of this stuff will get handled a little bit more seriously, you know. You can say that about anything. So I think people want a little bit more grit now, you know, and that's why series like this even got a lot of money. I know this shit got a lot of ratings for Amazon on their Prime series and stuff. So maybe you can just attribute it to that. I appreciate Warhammer from a distance. Yeah, same, man. Because yeah, like Rojo's saying, it's a lot. It's really deep, but just on the outside looking in, it does look really cool. You know, I fuck with Todd, but he's bugging with these prices. Yeah, exactly, man. It's I gotta play devil's advocate, man. You know, it's just, you know, he was offering cheap prices for so long, and I think he held out as long as he could. And now with the loss of the DC license, it's like, what the fuck is he gonna do, bro? He's not gonna lose money. He gotta make his money, bro. So he knows motherfuckers got FOMO, bro. He's been in the collectible world, the toy world, like for a long time, bro. He knows how to generate that FOMO. Future Rick in the building says, "What's up, yo? What's up, Rick? Ricky, probably looking forward to that new Hellboy figure. My man Rick. Bro Toys re-releasing God of War Kratos. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that. We're gonna take a look at the crack one actually. You would enjoy the X-Files. Oh fuck, dude. I used to get creeped the fuck out from the X-Files theme song. To this day, that's like one of the creepiest fucking songs ever. Fallout show is good, not amazing. I do recommend it. Just play the Space Marine game and they will give you the bullet points of the universe. Yeah, This is bullet points. Come on, Ricky. But keeping it with McFarlane, also not far from there, he also showed off the Fallout New Vegas NCR Ranger. I think that's what it's called. And man, like I said, man, post-apocalyptic. This shit just looks cool. And I thought, okay, well, this one could be the 60. This one got to be the more affordable, right? And apparently not. Apparently, this is going to be $60 also. I'm interested to see what it comes with because we don't really get to see much, but just seeing that branding on that top right, all of his figures that he's put out under this Elite Edition have been $60. So it's probably going to come with like swappable face plates. I can imagine maybe different weapons, something. I don't know. Maybe like a little diorama piece. Like, man, I don't know. This, like I said, this is for me. It's easy to see this and say, oh, okay, I could just pass on this. You know, price is probably not the deciding factor, but it does suck if I'd be really interested in this stuff and I'm seeing these prices because that's a lot of money for this, you know, for something that like I said a few years ago, no question, he would have been putting out at 20-25 max, you know, so see that double almost, like that's crazy, you know, more than double. New Vegas is cult classic. Todd got the gamers by the nuts. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've heard of that New Vegas shit. I've seen people talk about that on YouTube, even especially when that series came out. A lot of people were bringing up like a lot of the video games and stuff and certain themes that they got from each game, I guess, for the series. And I remember people were bringing this up. So yeah, I guess like you said, yeah, he's got him by the fucking nuts, man. And Todd knows that shit. You know, Fighting Codenames ability says McFarlane prices have gone insane. Omar, yeah, he must have seen Galactus. He must have lost his fucking mind. I love New Vegas, but $60 can't do it, man. Yeah, exactly. And I think since that seems to be the consensus throughout the community, it's like, all right, Todd, you want to play your fucking games? You know the community is a fucking bunch of cheapskates. We're gonna pass, guy. We're gonna pass, and we're gonna see your shit at Ross. So we ain't fucking dumb. It's like, you want to play your fucking games? Yeah, you're gonna get those FOMO buyers, but the majority of people, we're gonna wait and probably, like I said, roll the dice. You know, find some of these at Ross, find some of these at Ollie's, maybe, or even on his site. You know, maybe see some of these on discount on Amazon and stuff. Like Amazon recently had a pretty decent sale on some stuff. They had like 2 packs going for like dirt cheap, like $30 or something. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just how the collecting game goes. We all know. It's just, you can kind of wait certain stuff out and you still end up getting it. I might get some of the Fallout figures. Yeah, like I said, man, I think people are still going to get these in hand. Like I still think the price is definitely going to keep some people away, but the majority of people, sometimes they don't give a fuck, dog. They're buying all kinds of shit. So I can definitely see, and these are definitely going to stand out. You know, when people buy these and they post them on Instagram, they're like, oh shit, this guy got them. That's influencer shit, bro. Like that's real influencer shit when you got people feeling that FOMO, you know? So it's like, people like doing that shit. People like doing that shit. So it's like, I got that new hot Toddy Mac, bro. Start flexing on cats with Toddy Macs. That's crazy. Nah, bro, casuals, but hardcore gamers will get them, bro. They love to have them in the background of videos. Yeah, you're probably right, man. Like to a gamer, that's nothing, right? Like $60, like that's nothing, man. And then also we got a little bit of more of a teaser for this Doom, the Dark Ages Atlan figure. So I think that's what it's called. This one doesn't seem to have their branding, man. So I'm actually interested to see if this ends up being cheaper than these figures, because that just to me would just be batshit crazy. But like I said, man, it's just like he takes here, but he gives over here. That's kind of how he's been doing it. Some of the like collector edition DC multiverses are like $30, but then some of the other ones that are like the digitals, the digital NFT joints, $25. That Silver Age Superman, $25. Bizarro, $25. Cyborg Soups, $25. So just give and take. He gives a shit, we take it. So maybe this is like fucking $50. That'd be $40 would be insane for this, bro. It's like if he does this for 40, it's like, yeah, you guys are fucking wild, dude. Doing this for 60 and doing this for 40. I gotta wait to see that. But this looks interesting, man. This got potential to be action figure crack, bro. This is how crazy large it is. Hey, yo, pause. And then I guess you're gonna get more information July 23rd, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So we're gonna have SDCC reveals, pre-orders, giveaways, and more. The McFarlane Toy Show. So episode 6, so the little live streams that they got on their YouTube. I'm not expecting too much here. I don't think they're gonna show off every single thing that they got for the weekend, but hopefully they got more of their shit in line when it comes to these live streams, man. Even Toy Shiz, I was watching a Toy Shiz video bringing it up when he was covering the stuff that they covered, and it's just like, dude, they got to get like proper cameras like close up to the figures. Like that's what we want to see. We don't want to see the people talking. You know, even though those guys seem like nice people, we're here for the fucking toys, guys. So please get the shit going the right way. If you got this show planned out, it's like maybe just take pictures and just have a slideshow ready and show that off, because I don't know, it just makes for easier information to be passed. But then also maybe during that live stream, we're gonna get to see some of these SDCC show exclusives. So we got a Mortal Kombat 11 2-pack coming out. And yeah, this makes for a good exclusive because it's ugly as fuck. It's ugly as fuck, and it's an easy pass that I don't think anybody's gonna miss out on. The Sub-Zero looks somewhat interesting. I think you could get maybe, I don't know, some kind of cool shot, especially with that fucking skull and spine that's ripped out with the ice. Like that's cool. You can use that for an accessory, but I don't know. The Raiden just looks fucking dumb as fuck. And what's up with that new trailer, man? Did you guys check out the new trailer for the new movie? I was just tripping. I was like, how is the 90s movies look better than this shit? Like, man, like, dude, those 90s movies, Annihilation, I like the first one better than Annihilation, but I was like, how did the 90s movies like look better than this? It's insane to me, you know. But I don't know, maybe it makes for cool toys that we get to see. I want a Johnny Cage figure, man. It just kind of bums me out that McFarlane got the license to make Mortal Kombat figures again. It's like everybody wanted Jada Toys to do it. I wouldn't mind to see, man, even like a Mafex do it. Like I know they would just come out with like Sub-Zero Scorpion, but somebody got to do Mortal Kombat justice, man. I don't think it's gonna be my boy Todd, but I don't know. It's just something about Mortal Kombat that never gets handled correctly. The movies look like shit. The video games, from what I hear, are complete shit. And the figures, it's like fucking shit, bro. Like, goddamn. Somebody got to direct these guys in the right way, because I just feel like they handle that shit all bad. And it's Warner Brothers. It's like it's fucking Warner Brothers. It's not surprising that it gets handled terribly. Like these guys, they sit on some of the greatest IPs of all fucking time, and they don't know what to do with them. Like they don't know what to do with them. Like I brought it up in the past. Anybody that knows me knows I consistently, every so often, I go on my Looney Tunes rant. When's the last time you seen Bugs Bunny? When's the last time you seen Bugs Bunny? Space Jam movie? They handled Looney Tunes so fucking bad. It's like fucking RIP to the Looney Tunes, man. Oh, man. And it's all Warner Brothers. Like I said, it's fucking Warner Brothers. Action Figure Boncho is in the building. He says, hey, yo, what up, Boncho? Bro, the movie trailer corny as fuck. Yeah, like I said, this shit just looked stupid. I was like, man, this looks dumb. And it's like, even the casting, like, I don't buy that guy as Johnny Cage. It's just don't, man. Billy the Butcher, I was like, yeah, you fit that. I was like, Johnny Cage, like, no, dude, no. I know the other guy's out of his price range, but what's that guy that's gonna be in that Star Wars movie that played Ken in the Barbie movie? He would have made a cool Johnny Cage. That would have been kind of interesting. Ryan Gosling? Not my Johnny Cage, bro. We need Ryan Gosling as Johnny Cage. That would have been perfect. Trailer was trash. Yeah, trailer was. I saw it and I was like, man, this looks stupid. And then I was like, let me rewatch it again. And I was like, yep, it's stupid. Yeah, I wanted Jada, but we seen Invincible at SDCC. Yeah, exactly. I think they're moving on to bigger and better. And I think they know that Warner Brothers is complete dog crap. Nobody wants to deal with them. You would think the solution to Hollywood IP handling would be hiring fans. Yeah, that would make it a hell of a lot easier, man. But another exclusive coming to SDCC for Todd is this Beast Boy, and fuck, man, I wanted this shit, even though I don't really have any of the other Justice League comic book figures. I know the Starfire sold out a lot of places. I don't know if you can still buy that one, and I have that fucking Cyborg from the animated series, and motherfucker never did the rest of the cast in that shit or the rest of the characters. So that was kind of fucking lame of him. That I don't know. I do want a good Beast Boy, but like I said, it'd be cool to see like Medicom do this shit. Mayfac's got to do this shit. Like Todd is not doing this shit right anymore. Not for these characters at least. It's too little, too late. And then you're putting this on the exclusive. It's like, come on, Todd. It used to be cool, bro. What happened to you, man? But yeah, Beast Boy is just so cool, and it'd be cool to get kind of just, I don't know. They don't have to be articulated, but you see like a fucking like all green lion or all green dog or something, or a little rat. I think this does come with like a little rat that's all green and shit. So obviously when he transforms and everything, so it's always cool to see, you know. And I don't know, just the Beast Boy is a cool character that he definitely needs like a good figure out there of him. Yeah, I don't know. If I can get my hands on this, I'll try swoop in for it, because yeah, Beast Boy's awesome. And then also we got to see this in the past. I guess this is when it finally comes out, is the Kingdom Come Superman cover edition. So the cover recreations figures that he puts out, I guess this was coming to SDC's and exclusive. So fucking Alex Ross cover that I know he's going to the con. It'd be kind of cool to get this signed from him, and just kind of keep that as a little collectible and stuff. Dude's a really good artist and stuff. But this is makes for a good exclusive, especially at SDCC. This right here doesn't. This is kind of ass, Todd. You know. And then another one that makes a pretty good exclusive is this freaking all gold Hush Batman that definitely gives off those like old school Kenner vibes. I think this is like the Tech Shield Batman or something. I forget the exact name on it, but yeah, that gold Batman is just something about it that always has like that toyetic factor, just because of the old school shit from back in the day. That, like I said, it makes for a good exclusive. It's like, yeah, it kind of looks a little bit tacky, but just like I said, the toyetic factor, baby, it's there. And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes with this stand that he's like kind of sitting on. That'd be dope if it does. Like, cool fucking like building gargoyle type of stand. So that looks awesome. And then yeah, you get the cover recreations, and then this lithograph art print. So I don't know if people are excited for that, but yeah, I don't know. You know, Jim Lee's gonna probably be there at that con too. Maybe you get this signed from him, but because it's gold, I don't know. I would definitely want to pop that shit out of the box. It just kind of pops a little bit, you know. It's a fucking another Batman from Todd, so it's not gonna be mind blowing, but it does pop. Mayfac's got bigger fish to fry for now. yeah, I don't know, man. I want to see them continue with DC stuff, but I just not so many fucking Batman figures. Like this morning, I seen shout out to Wavy. You were talking about that amazing Yamaguchi Batman Beyond. It's like, man, Mayfac's got to do a Batman Beyond figure, bro. Like they would just, even if they reuse some of like the Spider-Man, like fucking parts that they have and shit. It's like, who cares? Like I just want a good Batman Beyond figure. Like I was just going on a rant about the DC Direct. It's just, that to me is the best Batman Beyond out there, as crazy as that sounds. So I don't know. I hate McFarlane exclusives. They are the figures most of the people want, like Nightfall Batman. Yeah, I mean, could you say that about all of these? I want this Beast Boy, but it's like I'm not gonna kill myself if I don't get it. And then these are like the ones that make good exclusives. Like I like to see this. This is fun, you know. This is stuff that I think people will get got for like the normie crowd that's not into figures. It's like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. So right now, like the Superman hysteria and stuff. It's a good time to put that out. But then staying with DC, we jump to the MEZCO 112 collective Batman the Animated Series Joker. And man, this is a long-awaited pre-order. Believe we saw this get teased out around the same time as that Batman from the animated series. And yeah, that pre-order went live. So now we get the Joker. And I gotta say, man, this looks pretty good, dude. Like I love the head sculpts. The head sculpts to me always just, I can hear the character's voice. Like I can hear the character's voice. The one thing that I always just kind of wish would look a little bit better is some of the soft goods, man. Like sometimes when I see like the third party stuff coming out, and then I compare MEZCO, that's like this is their bread and butter. I would want to assume the MEZCO's got to be superior, but man, compared to some of the stuff you see from like Muff Toys, it's like man, it just kind of looks a little bit lacking. Like you kind of see like some of the seams a little bit too much. It's just something about the suit just doesn't look quite right, you know. But like I said, translating this or any animation really into like a live action figure, obviously like a real world 3D figure. It's just it's fucking challenging. You got to do soft goods. You got to do soft goods with the plastic head sculpt. That's like the only way to do it. But the soft goods got to be good, man. The soft goods got to be like almost perfect. As I was getting these slides, I remember like years ago, I can't remember whose account it was, but at first I thought it was that guy Podong. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram. Try going down his Instagram and see if I can find it. It was like some customizer made this. They made this like years ago. It was like a soft goods body, and they like tailored out the soft goods Joker costume from this series, and he 3D printed out these heads, exactly Joker, and it looks so good. And I remember just thinking like, man, one day MEZCO is gonna do this shit, like, and it's gonna look this good. It's gonna look better, and it didn't. It's like, fuck. I was like looking for these pictures and I couldn't find them, bro, because I just wanted to kind of show them back to back. And I don't know, man. As much as I like this, like I said, it just doesn't look quite as good as I imagined it would, not enough for me to stay away from the pre-order. I gotta get my hands on this shit, man. I had my nitpicks with the Batman, mostly the head sculpts, but I still thought it was a good enough out from them. Where I gotta get the Joker. Like, I gotta get the Joker, man. You gotta get both. I guess you could be okay with either or, but like, to me, just to kind of build out scenes like this, like just on the shelf or something, have some fun on the desk and everything, like that's awesome, bro. This is like his main villain and like a rogues gallery full of like all-time great superhero villains. It's fucking crazy. Like, the episode this guy came out in all the time, I remember when I watched him as a kid, was like, man, this motherfucker, bro, like, he's never gonna stop, like, and to see him even portrayed in the different movies that he was in, it's like, yeah, dude, the Joker is just next level comic book villain, man, like S tier villain, for like probably one of the greatest superheroes of all time. Like, that's crazy to say, it's like, this is his main villain. So a figure of him I gotta get. Like, any different versions that I like in, where there's some movies, I always like getting a good Joker figure, and I feel like this is a good one for animated series. It's just definitely better than the DC Direct stuff we got back in the days. And yeah, like I said, as much of a nitpick as I have the soft goods are, they're not the worst looking. They're still pretty decent, and they hold up. They do tend to hold up. I don't really see too many wear and tear on like recent figures and stuff, and I see people playing with all kinds of shit, and I still think it was a good one. Did anybody else go in for this figure? Because like I said, when that Batman was revealed, there was kind of a divide. There was a lot of people that weren't feeling it, man. Like I said, I had my nitpicks, but it was mostly on the head sculpts. Where right here, the head sculpts look like the star of this figure, and the soft goods is what looks a little bit lacking. And that was the opposite in the Batman. I thought the head sculpts on the Batman were kind of lacking, but the body and the soft goods look pretty excellent to me. So I don't know. So like I said, it's not the worst out. And since these are kind of early prototype images, maybe they kind of refine it a little bit, get it looking a little bit better upon release. So I am looking forward to getting it in hand. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see all the Batman anime series love, because from there, MEZCO is also going to be at SDCC, as we know. And they're going to have this Doc Nocturnal Dark Shadow edition there. So in-person only release, where, man, this one definitely stung, bro. This one definitely stung to the MEZCO fans out there, because I was feeling the FOMO and I almost didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, this shit just looks so cool. We saw this at SDCC last year. Was it SDCC or NYCC? Was it both? Had it right there in the booth, and everybody was like, whoa, what's that? And that was right after this Doc Knock went up for pre-order. So it was almost like, is this an exclusive or is this just a one-off? It wasn't a one-off, guys. It was going to be an exclusive, and fuck, here it is, Dark Shadow Edition, where normally, I don't know why people would even want this shit. It's just fucking all black, muted fucking Doc Knock. But for this character, it just sets it off. That black skull with the red eyes, like, man, that's just enough fucking there to really set it off, this is gonna have all kinds of dope accessories too. I don't think they pack out the same stuff, just repainted. This is gonna have some pretty fucking cool shit packed into it, but I think more than anything, I just really would want these like head sculpts and stuff just to kind of swap around with other stuff. Like, that would just like really, really fucking dope. But yeah, this is This is definitely gonna be one that people are gonna be after if they go to that con, man. My man NYZ, all black figures suck. Yeah, I know you've mentioned that to me in the past, and yeah, they're not like the most exciting, I guess. Like I said, I stated in the past, bro. I like figures that have like some kind of color on us, especially when they're like loud ass colors that, like I said, they really pop on the shelf, you know. Toyetic factor, baby. This don't got it, but coolness factor, man, this shit just looks sick, bro. Like, come on, guy. You know you want this shit, dude. So yeah, this is definitely a kick in the nuts to the MEZCO fans out there, and to any fan really. I mean, who wouldn't really want to cop this or have the opportunity to cop it? They did kind of put it out that it's in person only, so I think you could just take that to the bank. I don't think they put this up on the site, even if they don't sell out of it, which I highly doubt they don't. I can imagine this selling out almost instantly. Like almost instantly, you know, all the MEZCO fans are gonna go for this shit. Is anyone in the chat going out there, man? Because yeah, you guys could swoop in and get me one of these. Just kidding, man. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going out there, or if what exclusives are you guys looking forward to, man? There's like a lot of stuff like kind of popping up. It's kind of getting a little bit overwhelming tracking everything. Like I said, I want some of those S.H.FIGUARTS reissues. That grade A Vegeta, I want that reissue, but I don't know. It's a little bit too pricey. I don't know how much it's gonna be on P band. I might just have to miss out again. And then that Black Series set, I want that shit, and the Mattel Dinosaur one. Those are pretty contentious getting those. Obviously the Jada stuff, Jada's out there. Excited to see this weekend, man. Just kind of roll out because it's gonna be a lot of cool shit. A lot of cool reveals and a lot of cool stuff going on for pre-order, man. So yeah, I gotta just kind of wait and see that. Yo, Omar, are you going? Can you get me everything? Not going, Ricky, but yeah, I'd appreciate it if anybody could swoop in there and get me the stuff that I want. Just kidding, man. I'm gonna try to get the dinosaur. Yeah, the dinosaur, that's the one I really, really want, dude. That one in the Black Series. I haven't been this excited for a fucking Black Series release in a long time, but I gotta get my hands on that shit. That one. And like that fucking dino one, man, that Buck T-Rex, that shit's just so dope. And then the super fan and the dinosaur costume, like, come on, man, that's best exclusive of the weekend, hands down, best exclusive of the weekend. And I'm glad not a lot of people are kind of like mentioning it. Like, there's a lot more people after like the GI Joe stuff and everything, which I'm fine with, man. That MEZCO line already has 100 people waiting. Yeah, exactly. There's already people camping out. No shit, right? Like, dude, that's gonna be a bloodbath as soon as that shit opens up. You know, people are gonna be getting them on Thursday. I still don't get why Figuarts doesn't use the ape Vegeta as reference to make classic giant ape Goku Gohan. Yeah, maybe they reveal that one day, huh? Wouldn't they have to like retool it with like out the armor? But no, that would be so much money. But yeah, that would be kind of cool to get one of those, huh? I've always thought about getting like a statue of that shit that's like really fucking huge. I've seen I think Isaac Wong or Mr. Lee kind of use that shit. They just look cool as fuck. Yeah, Omar, you're in Cali and you're toy tuber. Why are you not going? Bro, come on. I don't got super chats coming my way to fund it, bro. I'm sorry, man. I tried to get monetized by now. Money's not coming in, bro. Man, I can't get my fans to pay for my shit, man. I fucking failed, bro. Selfish, bro. Yeah, I know. Totally selfish, right? Totally selfish. I wanted to take your guys' money, but I failed, man. I'm not a good grifter, bro. Oh no, I respect the grift, man. The grift gotta live, bro. Long live the grift, man. But jumping back to Batman the animated series, you got Mondo also putting out a Robin from that classic cartoon, and man, I gotta say, guys, like I said last week, I'm full shield now on Mondo. So anything to show off, I love it. I think this is awesome. Nah, in all seriousness, man, it's just I love looking at these characters and stuff. But man, whenever I look at the Mondo stuff, it's just man, I know they're articulated and stuff. I know they have, obviously, like I said, they're action figures. They are articulated. They can be posed around, but they just look, for what it's worth, they just look really limited. To the point where, man, I feel like design wise, they got to make certain calls sometimes where even though you're making out like this plastic figure, you got to get a soft goods cape on this shit. there's no way he can lift up his arms right here. Where when I was looking at the photography, I was actually wondering that, like, is this shit like photoshopped, or this got to be some kind of really pliable, soft material? Because the fact that he can kind of like raise up his arms and it's not pushing up that cape so much, it's kind of weird. Like right here, kind of looks like it's getting pushed up from the back, where it kind of looks like he has like a coat hanger. Like, you ever put a coat hanger on like your little brother's head, like back or something, or like your friend's back, where they're like, oh shit, they can't get it out? That's how it kind of looks like. It's like it kind of has like a coat hangery effect, because it's not soft goods. It's like, man, and I don't know, I never watched any reviews on like the Batman or any of the figures that have capes and stuff, but man, I feel like how much would it be to like to get a fabric, a soft goods cape going on these figures? I know these are more limited runs. I kind of feel like for the limited edition ones, they should attempt that maybe in the future, because I don't know, this should just look too restricted to me, and it was just kind of tripping me out how like they were able to kind of pull it off. I guess because the cape is kind of sloped up on the shoulders, so it kind of gives you that space. But and then they have to give you two capes where it's just like one kind of drapes over the shoulder around it, and then the other one just drapes over it on both sides. And I don't know, man, like I would think it would be cheaper to kind of just put together a soft goods cape and just kind of pack it out that way. But I don't know, maybe not, maybe that actually would drive it up. But I just kind of was wondering that. But scope wise and everything, like I've said in the past, they have a lot of presence on the shelf, like just even this scene alone, it just, you can hear Harley's voice. That Mondo release was probably one of the better ones out there, especially from like the Batman anime series. That one came with all kinds of head sculpts. It came with like her hyenas and stuff. This Robin is not too shabby. It actually comes with a good amount of head sculpts. It's got a nice looking dick right there. Now that's one handsome dick. Like, that is a good looking dick, bro. Oh man, that's a fine dick there. And yeah, cool Robin head sculpts, man. So you get the different expressions going, and the deeper cut accessories that these guys tend to do, man. Like, you can get this guy swinging some fishes and shit. You ever been slapped with a fish before? And these fucking huge scissors, where I forget these episodes, but man, there's something about like these scenes, whenever you see them, it's kind of like memory unlocks. When I saw this picture of like his like unmasked like head sculpt, I'm like, yeah, that is how this motherfucker looked in that shit, huh? The thing about that Batman, the animated series, it almost had like a 50s noir theme to it a little bit, kind of blended with other stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's so crazy to watch those cartoons back in the day, and I didn't think they were like old. Like, I didn't think it was like, oh, this just feels too old. It just felt right, it just felt right. And when you got into the New Adventures, that's when it really kind of like modernized a bit, because it kind of got into the mid 90s. But this early 90s shit, they were able to kind of pull off these cartoons from like a different era, a different time, and it just worked. It just worked. Like, when you would see the cars and stuff, it was like, fuck, these are like old ass bomber looking cars and shit. Like, it should just work, bro. I don't know. I didn't never thought anything weird of it. Like, oh, that shit just looks corny and old. Like, that shit was just awesome, man. So yeah, to see figures of it all the time, I love it. Even though it's, like I said, I admire this collection from afar, because it's pretty deep. They've gotten Batman, they've got now the Robin, they've done a lot of his rogues gallery, Catwoman, the Joker, and the Harley Quinn that we just saw. Clayface, it's I think it's coming out already or fairly soon. They've gone pretty deep. They've given you bigger characters like that fucking Bane. That shit looks awesome. So overall, one day I want to really see, like, go into YouTube and see people that have bought like all of these and just see the display that they got up, because yeah, they look fucking awesome. But it's just, like I said, action figure wise, this is just kind of lacking. Kind of lacking. Like, if these are 112 figures, it's they'd be passes for me, where that MEZCO isn't. That MEZCO just isn't, because like I said, you got to do the soft goods. Like, you got to do the soft goods. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, man, if Hot Toys ever did these figures, like, I think they would do soft goods, like they would do the obviously the plastic bodies, but I think they would do like soft goods. Maybe they would even do like a seamless body and shit, so you don't see the joints on the elbows. Like, man, that would look amazing. That would look fucking amazing. But yeah, for right now, I guess this is just the only fix, man. If you're a 1/6 collector and you got that nostalgia itch, it's like, fuck, you know, what more do you need to get a scratch, baby? You got this Robin fucking little Robin ring and shit. So where the fuck did he get this shit from? Is that the shit he threw, or didn't he throw the little Robins? I forgot. I think he threw one of these R's one time. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. But man, that's not the only Mondo release it was showing off this week. Because from there we move into the Savage Land Rogue, and man, talk about an exclusive that people are after, bro. Like, is there a better looking one? Hey, yo, man, this Rogue, bro, like, holy shit, man. Talk about a fan favorite design. Like, I know Marvel Legends is cashing in this year. Mondo not far behind. They're definitely cashing in. I know the comic series did pretty well. I think you could attribute that to all the nice covers that were out there from fucking dope ass artists. They're, you know, they were having a lot of fun. Like J. Scott Campbell was having a lot of fun with this design. You know, he was drawing her out a couple times. But yeah, talk about a cool piece, you know, just for one-off versions. Like, can you get a better option than Savage Land Rogue? I don't think so, man, you know. Because like I said, just a one-off option. You don't have to build out the entire team. Like this, just on the display somewhere, like, man, just in your collection room or your comic room or something, like, bro. Fuck, that's sick. That's beautiful. That's just a work of art. So I don't know, man. Very tempting to see. Yeah, if you can even land this shit, I think it's gonna be a hot seller. All the Mondo stuff sells out pretty fast, and I think this one is gonna sell out fast. I think the limited edition one comes with a stand. What's the name of this motherfucker? Amphibious or something. So cool stand, man. Like I said, that's the one thing that kind of irks me a little bit about Mondo releases is that, yeah, some of the limited pieces come with like these cool accessories that, I don't know, man, you really need them. But you know, if you miss out, you still get a pretty dope release. And I think the limited version comes with this extra Rogue head sculpt. So this smiling head sculpt that you could use for your just X-Men 97 Rogue, the animated series. I think people were kind of pointing out that they wanted a smiling Rogue head sculpt that wasn't winking. So they were able to kind of put it into this release where you could even use that Rogue head sculpt on this body. But man, these Savage Land Rogue head sculpts just looks like a pinup doll. Like, you know, it looks so good, you know. And then this one with the wild hair, like, holy shit, bro. Like, that's a lot of plastic right there, dude. So yeah. And like Rojo saying, yeah, Art Deco animation, man. Yeah, that's tough to pull off, man. So, you know, I think these guys do fairly well for the task at hand, like having to translate these characters into like a figure, you know. Like I said, the only improvements I could really kind of point out that they could do is in articulation, but I don't think they're really after that. I think they're more just the sculpt and the paintwork that goes into it, and then the accessory spread that they really kind of they get together pretty good, man. Like they really kind of find little specific pieces to kind of, you know, make every release a little bit special. Like, I don't know, maybe not so much because they are deeper cuts, like these fishes and the scissors, but a lot of the times, I don't know, they just make for fun, you know, display changes and stuff every so often, you know. But more than anything, the head sculpts look really great on this one, and hopefully the deco and all the QC issues are on point, you know. But like I've said in the past, you email these guys and they take care of stuff right away, man. Like from what I've heard, any QC issues that people have, they email these guys. I brought it up last week. I won a prize from them, and within a day, not even half a day, not even 6 hours. I said 6 hours. It was less than that. Man, they emailed me back and then, yeah, gave me an invoice to the prize I won, where I've heard in the past other companies that give out prizes every week and like months will go by. They don't hear a peep from them, you know, and, you know, these guys right away. So I feel like their customer service is probably one of the better ones out there for different companies where, yeah, you don't really want to deal with customer service when it comes to a product that you bought, but you know, if they're handling it correctly, I think you got to take note of that. So it's pretty cool. Itching for a good looking dick. Hey, you, come on, buddy. Now you tell me, man, is there a finer dick? I don't think so, bro. Oh man, would you not display him with this head sculpt all the time? Like, come on, bro. This is a good looking dick right there. Omar Oh, it's a Mondo shield. I said it last week, bro. I got free product. What do you expect? What do you expect, man? I got free product. That's it. I can't say anything bad. Oh man, I mean, well, you can't say shit about this rogue, man. You want this rogue code names? Come on. I mean, this rogue, yeah, this rogue. Come on, you want this shit? That's that Frank Cho style. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Frank Cho needs a little. You got them extra thick, bro. They should definitely get some Frank Cho inspiration, like artwork sculpted out, like plastic form, like a Frank Cho Wonder Woman. You ever seen that shit? Or Mary Jane and everything? Like, dude. Frank Cho a freak, bro. Frank Cho a freak, dog. I love his artwork though, man. So I've picked up a lot of covers just for his artwork alone. And then from there, keeping it with 1/6 Marvel, we move to the Hot Toys Fantastic Four First Steps, The Thing. And yeah, pretty cool to see. I mean, fairly fast rollout. You got the movie coming out this week. Figures look pretty good, man. I gotta say, those Marvel Legends are hitting. I said when the wave was revealed, I thought they looked pretty good for what they are, with the exception of one figure, or 1.5. I thought the Silver Surfer looked kind of corny, but that's just more of a nitpick on the design choice or the art direction that they went there with selecting the female Silver Surfer. But I thought the Thing, I thought Johnny looked good, Sue looked pretty good. And yeah, the Hot Toys no different, man. I think this looks pretty great for like a good display. And if the movie does good, man, I think the merch does better, so it was a long wait to see these characters in the MCU. So to finally get to see them, it's kind of cool to see toys of them. Like I said, I'm kind of tempted to go in for that Johnny Storm. That shit looks good. The Flame On version, like, that looks good. I don't have the MEZCO set, but I think I would use that Johnny Storm from that Marvel Legends current wave for that set, because I know that set doesn't have like a fully flamed on body, but that figure kind of looks like it would go well with that set. I don't know. I kind of want to get it just because it's, like I said, it's a good looking Johnny, but I don't plan on getting the rest of the team. And I think these guys, Marvel Legends, have like a comic wave coming around the corner. It might be like a maximum fucking Mr. Fantastic. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, this Thing figure doesn't look bad at all. So going up on Sideshow pretty soon. And then the leader of the Fantastic Four, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and her sex robot. So we got a fucking little sex robot right there with Mrs. Fantastic. And they had a fucking baby, guys. So this robot fucked her. Now she's a baby mama. So yeah, not a bad looking Sue Storm either, man. Vanessa Kirby's pretty good casting for that. Like I said, I've kind of heard the leak, so I'm kind of nervous to know if that's real or not. But man, if they really kind of put her at the forefront and they don't kind of spread it out evenly amongst this team, it's just gonna be too much MCU, bro. And I get it, man. I've seen the videos on YouTube. I know it's a lot of sometimes it's a lot of over the top crying from like adults that are just whining about movies, but man, it's just been overly done in Marvel. It's just like, bro, even the Thunderbolts was somewhat enjoyable from what I heard. Who was the leader of that? Who was the one that solved everything? It's just overly done, bro. Like, yeah, let's get the fuck away from this shit. So leader of the Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Sue Storm, and her three little ducks. Looking forward to the movie. And from there, her assistant, Reed Richards. So yeah, you tell me. I said it was great casting so far for Johnny, for Sue, for Ben. This guy right here, bro. I'm sick of this guy. I am fucking sick of this motherfucker, bro. I wish I would have got that tape, that recent interview asking this motherfucker if he's a daddy. Like, so fucking cringe, beyond cringe. That yeah, it's like throw up fuel, bro. It's just like throw up fuel. That I don't know, man. Fucking shit. And apparently this guy's the one that comes with the sex robot, so he gets to watch the little robot fuck his wife. Oh man. So yeah, he comes with the Herbie, and yeah, I would definitely have to get the deluxe just for that little sex robot. But fuck, this guy's such a fucking pain to see, bro. Like I almost don't want to watch the movie just for him alone, man. Just for him alone, dude. But man, I gotta see this. I gotta see this in the big screen, man. Galactus Sofubi edition from Hot Toys. So they're new line. Apparently they're gonna get into these Sofubi. I think it's called Masterpiece line or something like that. So not fully articulated. It's gonna be like 6 points of articulation right here. So we're gonna get like a swivel on the neck, the arms. You're gonna get like a biceps, or not a bicep swivel, but like a forearm swivel. And then I think you're gonna get some movement at the waist, but fucking 27 inches tall this thing is. Like, that's fucking pretty large, especially if you didn't go in for that HasLab. Something about like the armor and stuff looks a little bit kind of, I don't know, kind of looks muted a little bit, that I would kind of want to see how it looks in person. But this looks pretty fucking sweet, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this jumbo Sofubi figure. Yeah, this Masterpiece series from Hot Toys. So yeah, it's got 6 points of articulation, and then LED lit eyes that glow with cosmic energy. Yeah, and then the metallic paint and stuff. And then this also is going to come with like these like miniature figures. So you got the Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four kind of dancing on him and shit. So yeah, he's gonna swat these motherfuckers away. This looks cool. Like I said, if I don't have the HasLab, but if I wanted like a Galactus, wouldn't mind about getting this one. I just don't know the price yet, and I don't know, man. Said it last week about like the Attack on Titan, that Colossus Titan, I think it's called, that giant Sofubi. Is just, you can't have it articulated. This has some articulation. I wonder if that one is gonna have any. I don't think it is, but man, for something this large, I can't expect it to have like a fully articulated figure. So I think this is good enough. And I don't know, man, to think if this is cheaper than the HasLab, it's like, fuck, they really did rip us off for some of this crap, man. You know, because shit, like, we saw that giant, man. To see that was almost like half the price of the Galactus. It's like, fuck, I don't know. But yeah, and I know there was a rumor going around that Marvel Legends might reissue that Galactus maybe now in a movie edition. I think these guys beat them to the punch if they had that up their sleeve. So I think this would just go a lot harder. And yeah, right here, so it's 70 centimeters tall. So it's about 27, close to 30 inches tall. Fucking huge. That's fucking huge for your 112 figures. Like, that's pretty fucking dope. I think it's shorter than the HasLab still, though, right? Isn't the HasLab like a good 30 inches? So it's like 72 or 74 centimeters. So yeah, pretty cool though. Like, I kind of caught me by surprise seeing this. I didn't really think they had this up their sleeve, even though I did see that Sofubi little tease that they put out like earlier on in the week. They had like a little video, and I was trying to think like, what is this? What is this gonna be? I didn't think it would be like comic book characters and shit, but pretty cool. We'll see what's up with that. Yeah, see where that goes. Because man, if they start doing like comic editions of stuff, like, man, they might be beating Hasbro to the punch with like a fucking Fin Fang Foom or something crazy. What was your prize? Oh, I got a Manny Faces, bro. I won a Manny Faces from Mondo. I answered a trivia question on one of their live streams, and fuck, dude, they instantly emailed me back right away, dog, like with the invoice and everything. I was like, man, this is crazy. This is awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. 8K is in the building. Says, what's up, everyone? Man, YouTube don't send me notifications when you go live anymore. Who did you piss off at YouTube, Omar? Yeah, I know, man. Like I said, I ain't got monetized and I don't get notifications. I can't grift. Oh no, man. Long live the Toy Tube grift, man. That shit's alive and well. Hot Toys thing looks the best. Yeah, it does. It looks fucking good, huh? Like I said, the thing and the designs of the Fantastic Four, I don't mind. Even this fuck, just to hit the actor, but the costume, like, I like their costumes. I like the aesthetics of it, man. But certain stuff, I'm just kind of worrying about. I'm worrying about that thing when he gets that beard. So yeah, I'm interested to see the movie still. This guy is fucking pain in the fucking ass seeing his ass, but I'll live, you know, especially for the sex robot. I'll finish the replay, boys. Have a good one. Yo, Rick, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, lucky robot, exactly. Is Herbie grabbing that ass? Hey, yo. Yeah, I know. I'm a fucking sneaky with it, bro. Marlon Brando looks fire. Is Marlon Brando? Well, Marlon Brando. I find all these designs hideous. Really, dude. I like them, man. I like them. I like the white accents on the costume. Maybe like the material on the sweater. That's kind of what I wouldn't like so much. But I guess it's because it's like a 60s kind of aesthetic that they're kind of going with. It's like, all right, yeah, what else are gonna? But I don't know. I like them. I like the color. I like the whole thing of it. But I want to see what's up with the fucking movie, man. But I think the scenes with Galactus are just gonna be in fucking insane, worth the price of admission alone. So, yeah, maybe this fucking Sofubi ends up selling a lot just because of that movie. Because yeah, the little bit I've seen of him, it looks fucking good, man. But then keeping it with Marvel, looks like S.H.FIGUARTS putting Across the Spider-Verse Scarlet Spider, or is it the Sharpie Spider-Man? Man, this shit got some heavy ass cell shading where, man, for Scarlet Spidey, it just fucking works, man. It just fucking works. And dude, I forgot to get the images from this one dude on Instagram. He be like cell shading his shit. He like cell shades his like Mayfex figures and he kills them. Like he makes them look fucking dope as fuck. This cat right here. Like, let me see if I got this motherfucker right here. Yeah. Yeah, this dude right here, he like cell shades this shit like sick as fuck, bro. Let me see. I can show that off on my screen. Like he'll like cell shade all of his Mayfex releases and stuff. And I'm like, man, this dude, he kills this shit. Where it's like, man, to see a company kind of do it, like, all right. Like he just cell shades like all of his Mayfex releases and stuff. Yeah, this dude's sick with it, man. Like right here, this one's awesome. Like he does it really good too, like really good. Where I'm like, wow, like the company should hire this guy. Yeah, he even has like the fucking even has like this fucking Wolverine and everything. Like all of this shit just looks really good. Like to the point where a company should hire this guy. His name is Chico Aracnido. I was like, yeah, I was like, fuck. When I saw this Scarlet Spidey, I was like, fuck, this guy's artwork. I instantly popped into my head. So for that, I'm like kind of interested to see what's up with this Figuarts. But man, these Across the Spider-Verse fucking Spider-Mans are pretty fucking tall, man. Like that Spider-Man Noir is like a fucking McFarlane. So I don't know, man. I think I'm good on this. I really want that fucking exclusive Mayfex Scarlet Spidey, but like I said, it's just a bitch having to buy that figure again. I don't know. I want to see what's up with this shit. Early look on it, I think this is like a fucking leak floating around, so they haven't even gotten around to announcing this shit. But it looks pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, that cell shading would normally be a turnoff, but something about it just looks fucking good. It just looks really fucking good. So gotta see. Mr. Fantastic Hot Toy Skull reminds me of the younger Marlon Brando. Oh, okay. I fucking look like a pedophile, bro. The shaded Scarlet Spider looks like he peed his pants. Nah, I remember that Wolverine, that Marvel Legends cell shaded one. That one definitely looked like that shit because of the yellow. But this, like I said, it looks like Sharpie Spider-Man. But I don't know. Something about it looks fucking dope as fuck, dude. It's like I said, Marvel Legends, they missed the mark with that fucking that Spider-Man Unlimited that's missing the cell shading on his face. It's like, you fucking idiots. It's like, you motherfuckers could have done this shit so easy. It just looks so wrong without it. It's like, man, these guys would have done it the right way. Look up Joe Chiodo. That's that Mondo style. Look up Chiodo Danger Girl. Chiodo Danger Girl. I'll have to look it up. Hard fast. Is it cell shading or what? I'll have to look that up. And then also S.H.FIGUARTS put in some Gundam G-Quacks figures. So we got Neon and Shimuyo. I forget his fucking name, bro. But man, this is a new Gundam series. I know my man Ghost has on this shit. I do like this though. You can kind of display the little robot spirits. Is this the robot spirits like right behind them and stuff? That was kind of interesting. Just for like display purposes, but I don't know. This is same my Gundam, bro. But I did find it interesting that this dude's posed up with the RX-78. Does the RX-78 come out in this shit? Didn't you mention that, Ghost Town? Because that's pretty fucking dope if it does. It's like, man, the classic mobile suit. So that's pretty interesting. But it'd be cool if the figures came with that shit, but I don't think they do. But for a display purpose, it looks pretty cool. And then some fucking more Daima figures, dude. God damn, bro. It's so funny that the debate of this shit's still going on online. Like every time I see anything Daima posted up, people are bashing it. I knew I wasn't the only one. I knew I wasn't the only one with fucking sense. I was like, this shit's fucking stupid as fuck. And people are like, erase Daima. Daima doesn't exist. If they erase GT, they should erase this garbage, bro. So anytime I see the figures, I'm just like, good God Almighty, they actually did this shit, man. R.I.P. Toriyama, R.I.P. Dragon Ball. That shit died a long time ago, guys. So moving on. And then a fucking long-awaited Jujutsu Kaisen. Any Jujutsu Kaisen S.H.FIGUARTS was long-awaited, man, because I know if you guys have ever been on Instagram, anytime Tamashi posts anything, the comments are just flooded, bro, with like Jujutsu Kaisen fans. Where's the Jujutsu Kaisen figures? Where's Jujutsu Kaisen? Where the fuck is Jujutsu Kaisen? Shut the fuck up, guys. You finally get Toji Fujiguro, and fuck, man, I gotta jump back on that Jujutsu Kaisen shit. It's like I said, man, I like more campy animes, bro. I like my shit to be all dark and all this shit all the time, but Jujutsu Kaisen was pretty fucking awesome. I know it's the fucking hype though, and I know this character is like long awaited, one of like more main antagonist type, or not main antagonist. I know he's like really fucking strong, but I don't know. Figure wise, they look like some of the hotter shit that Bandai puts out. I don't know. Like I said, I watched the first season and I liked it for what it was, but I got to jump back on it. Unlike Hunter, I was like, fuck, I started binging that shit. I couldn't stop. And then until I finally finished season 2, I was like, all right, cool. This is a good stopping little break. But Jujutsu Kaisen, I kind of felt like it was a slog trying to get through the season 1. I just wasn't feeling it completely. But the designs of the characters are fucking cool. Like, you know, and this dude looks pretty interesting too. He got a pretty cool design to him. And fuck, this shit got like 25,000 likes on their Instagram. So you know this figure's gonna sell out like crazy. In comparison to everything else they showed off during that little span, I think other posts were cracking like 5,000. This shit got like 25K, and it was only one slide. So I was like, fuck, dude. Fan base for this shit is hardcore. Like, fan base is hardcore for this shit. So yeah, long awaited, man. And like I said, the figure itself doesn't look bad. Like those fucking good little upper body that he has with the butterflies, like, you know, this is gonna pose out like crazy. I'm just interested to see what's up with that shit that wraps around his torso. Like, it looks like it has like some articulation right there in certain parts. So you're gonna be able to kind of move that around, but just how much that hinders it while you're posing it, I gotta wait to see. But yeah, you guys watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I know there's some, like I said, some hardcore fans on this shit. This is the baddest dude in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, Andy's in the house. Yeah, like I said, this shit, go on that Instagram, bro. I was like, fuck. Once I saw this shit go up, I was like, okay, I know this is gonna be the hype, because every fucking time you see a Tamashi post, where's Jujutsu Kaisen? Where's Toji? Where's so? Shut the fuck up. I don't know if you guys ever seen that Arnold Schwarzenegger gif where he's like, shut up. That's what I always felt, bro. Like, fucking shut the hell up, man. It's so funny too, because like when I was getting the slides for the show, I went down the comments again, and that dude Aya Bawatu, he said the same thing. He's like, man, the best thing about this release or this preview is that finally the fans that are waiting for this figure can be quiet. It's like, man, yes. It's like, bro, that shit's gonna be a meme, bro, forever, dude. The fucking Jujutsu Kaisen fans don't shut the fuck up for every fucking post. And then we also got my boy fucking Andy's little avatar. We got Sanji coming. So it looks like Romance Dawn version. So early Sanji. I like that look for Sanji, where he's got like black tux and shit. That's just a clean look. I'm fucking smoking that cigarette and shit. So pretty cool. Yeah, waited to see that one. And you know he's gonna come with the fucking funny ass head sculpts and shit, just like my man's picture right here. Everybody loves Sanji, man. Sanji's fucking one of the better characters in One Piece, that's for sure. Jujutsu Kaisen Toji was the GOAT. Yeah, like I said, that. So you guys copying that shit? Like, is this shit probably can't miss figure then, huh? Yeah, because like I said, I saw the hype on that shit instantly, man. That likes count went way up compared to everything else they post. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 was insane. Check it out. Same for Solo Leveling. It gets good on season 2. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad, but I think at the time when I watched it, what was I used to have, I think it was like Funimation or what the fuck, where I was watching my anime on, and then I had to like kill that shit, and then I got Crunchyroll, and then I was like, I didn't even fucking set up my account or whatever. But yeah, I got to get back around to watching that shit. I usually just watch it if it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, huh? Yeah, I got to get back to watching this shit because, yeah, I always hear it's the fucking hype all the time. But hype kills, guys. I said it last week, man. Motherfuckers say it's the greatest thing of all time. And then you watch it and it's like mid as fuck. So it's like, fuck, come on, guys. If you slow down the release of Toji, they show the post requesting for Toji. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Any post, go down their post, man. So we get an early look for One Piece Sanji, but one thing that did get revealed was the fucking Dracula Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman. So yeah, this is gonna be a hot one right here, man. Like if you guys ever watch One Piece, this dude is fucking badass, bro. From the minute he steps on the fucking scene, he's fucking sick. And the one thing that I always loved about One Piece is like the world building. And you get world building when they describe characters, you know. So for a character to be described as the world's greatest swordsman, it's like, well, then you know he's got to be badass, right? It's like where you say something is the world's greatest, it's like, yeah, that's a fucking bold statement. It's like, yeah, you know, and that motherfucker stands on his business, bro. So yeah, dope ass fucking figure. I'm copping this, but the one thing I gotta wonder is what's up with those knees, you know? Kind of looks like it's double jointed, especially from like the back of the knee, but the front looks kind of weird where I gotta see how that kind of folds open. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty dope one. The other thing I gotta wonder though is just how balanced the figure is gonna be, man. Like this dude has that fucking huge ass sword. I gotta wonder how well that shit's gonna pose around. You know, when that dude has it out. So interested to see that. And then, like I said in the past, man, I wish sometimes they would kind of invest in soft goods here and there for more. Well, I call this guy signature character, bro. Like shit, this is fucking one of the warlords, man. This was sick. So I would have definitely wanted to see a soft goods code on him. But yeah, early look on it. I don't think it's gone in for pre-order yet, but pre-order should probably be opening up maybe tomorrow or this week. So yeah, I'm hopping on this one. This is a can't miss one for me. And then, like I was saying, we move into the S.H.FIGUARTS Shinkoho Seiho Kamen Rider Saiga. So this dude, this motherfucker looks sick as fuck, bro. When I saw this, I was like, damn, this shit looks crazy, bro. Like, just looks like a badass Kamen Rider, bro. Like, this looks like a Kamen Rider killer, man. This is a motherfucker kill your Kamen Riders, bro. Like, and then that phase Kamen Rider, like, man, I regret passing up on it, but I know there's a reissue coming out, or I don't know if it already came out. I gotta hop on it, man. I don't wanna miss out again. It's something about that specific one. It just looks so dope. It's like I said, that phase pose, that shit really sells the fuck out of it. But this Saiga, this shit looks fucking dope, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this shit today, I was like, damn, this shit looks dope as fuck. I wish, like I said in the past, I wish I knew more about them, but designs are always cool as hell, and it's impressive to see them make a figure of it. It's got to be a lot of original sculpts going around and stuff, but they don't skimp out for them, man. They don't skimp out. My man Andy saying Mihawk was banging Barona. What the fuck? Hey, yo, you know he was, bro. You know he was, dog. Yeah, that bitch cooking for her and everything. I mean, cooking for him and everything. I don't see that Mihawk holding the sword upwards. Even in the release photos, it shows the sword pointing down, so it doesn't fall. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that's the one thing about One Piece, bro, is like the exaggerations in the proportions of stuff. Like sometimes their bodies or their weapons and shit. Like a lot of their figures have come with stands, bro, where I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like I think that Blackbeard comes with a stand. I know the fucking what was the other one they released, that huge ass one? I forget his fucking name already, but they've all come with like fucking stands just to stand upright. And I think this one's gonna come with a stand just for a sword, bro. Like this shit is definitely coming with a stand. It's not gonna stand up. Like you said, all the shots of him are just, yeah, with it posed on his back or just holding it down. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see him holding it up either. So gotta wait to see that. But Guts from Berserk. Yeah, did that one come with the stand? Did that one come with the stand? Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see that, but that's the one thing about One Piece that everybody kind of knew from the beginning was that's the one reason they didn't do the line like for a long time, because fucking the proportions of the characters are just so so out there, bro. It's hard to be consistent in scale too at that point, but I don't know. I feel like they're trying. They're trying, and it's kind of good to see other characters outside of the Straw Hats. Like, I'm excited to see more of that shit. I'm tired of seeing the fucking Straw Hats from fucking Punk Hazard and all that shit. Egghead Island. Those look dumb. But from there, moving to some G.I. Joe. We got the Cold Slither. Got some promotional pics. Shout out to a Toy Kind of Mood. Actually caught these guys Instagram. They had this posted up, and apparently it's just like an early look. These are not like the official released images, but yeah, they had them. So wanted to kind of take a look at them. And man, this set, it's a lot of pushback on it. Not a lot of people are really digging it, but man, I think for fun factor, it's there, man. Like, just to get a full band. The one thing though is just really fucking dumb is that it doesn't come with a mic set, right? Like, I know people were talking about that. Like, these just don't come with a mic. It's like, what the fuck? That just makes no sense. Like, they should just have a mic stand at least, I know we've gotten accessories in the past that have them. Like, you could probably use like your MEZCO Pink Skull set or something. But it's just kind of weird, bro. It's like, bro, you have a rock band. Like, somebody got to be the lead singer. Somebody got to do vocals. Like both of these guys up top could be sharing on the vocals, but you got to have at least a mic stand. So to see that, it's like there's a lot of tooling too going into this set where I don't know if they get any reuse out of it, So I think that kind of jacks up the price a little bit. I think the price is going to be $125. So that's kind of expensive when you really look at it for like a really niche set. But I just think the fun that you can have with it, it's there because it's not something you get all the time, like a fucking like a rock band like this. Like, these dudes are like shredding it up. Like, this isn't something you get all the time. So I think for that alone, I think it's worth the price. Like, where else do you get like a drum set? Like, I know I just pointed out that MEZCO Pink Skull set. That was like a $300 set almost, right? Or how much was that shit? Like $200. Like, this is pretty cool, man. You get all the fucking electric guitars and stuff. What's the name of that fucking piano guitar? Like, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I didn't get to see this shit, bro. But man, whenever you see these types of fucking rock bands, it's just crazy, bro. Like, these dudes are fucking. Like, these guys are fucking, bro. You know that. So it's just cool. You got the fucking tights and the fucking wild hair and shit. It's like, yeah, awesome. And then the box set, it's fucking cool. It's like, this is dope. Like, that's good. That's good packaging, man. Even though, yeah, you're gonna take these motherfuckers out. It's a good presentation. It's a nice little exclusive. If you go to the con, you got the box set on the outside and shit with all the cool posters. It's kind of cool. They do like a little cross brand with Gem and the holograms right there. It's like pretty clever. It's like, I like that. My man Codenames, I'm buying 2 sets. Hey, yo. Yeah, spread the wealth, bro. Nah, I think it's like I said, I think it makes for a good exclusive, because it's not essential to the line. Like, you're not missing out on anything if you don't get these, and it's a fun set. It makes for fun, It's just like I said about the Jurassic Park shit. And the TMNT set also, it's like not essential to your collection to have this, but it's a fun one, if you do going for it. And I think it's going to be one that sells, even though there's a lot of pushback on it. Like, the G.I. Joe fan base is pretty strong, man. Even though some of the times some of their releases are honestly quite mid, guys. Like, honestly, sometimes I look at them and I'm like, man, these are kind of mid as fuck. But man, you see the people just eating them up, man. Like, I had my issues with that Heavy Duty that came out. I remember when we were talking about that figure, I was like, this shit doesn't even have a screaming head sculpt. Like, what a miss, bro. Like, this sucks. Dude, that's like people's favorite classified figure of the year. The missiles don't even fucking port in the rocket launcher things that he's wearing around. Like, they fall out. So how is that a good figure, dude? G.I. Joe fans, brain dead. So they eating it up, man. I tease, but it's like I said, it's got this really hardcore fan base, man. So I feel like they're still eating good, man. I feel like Hasbro's still delivering some shit that they want. You get into these later waves, later characters, they still love them, bro. They still like them. They still like to complete the shit. I always see, this is the one line too that I always see, like, completionist checklists and stuff, because you know how they mark the boxes and stuff. Like, I'll always see people posting up like the full checklist, the classified, you know, with that Snake Eyes and that Cobra Commander, like some of the first releases, and then as they've gone down the line, it's like, man, these motherfuckers are checking off everything, bro. Like, make sure they got it all. So yeah, I can see people buying this set pretty heavy. I don't know, man. Yeah, if I come across it in, you know, future, if it doesn't sell out and goes on sales, it looks like a fun set, you know. Especially to kind of have right there with like a lot of your Cobra troopers and stuff. So like they're in the show, like that's just awesome. Like that's cool, you know. So be on the lookout for that. And like I said, this is kind of an early look. I thought these were official promo images, but once I started looking around, I was like, oh shit, these guys got the scoop on this shit. So I was like, yo, let me bring it up onto the show. But yeah, maybe double back on it next week when if we get like other promotional images or something, or maybe more information comes out. But outside of that, I think it's just pretty standard exclusive. We should probably be seeing it up on the Hasbro Pulse side around the same time as SDCC. But also this week, coming out with render reveals. And these reveals are getting kind of spread out across different kind of social media accounts. So shouts to the Full Force podcast. They revealed this Grim Viper right here on the left. So it's got like a little bit of a reuse from that Range Viper with the Gatling gun now and everything. So that was pretty fucking hardcore, bro. And then AIC podcast, I think they got to reveal this Desert Scorpion. So pretty fucking badass mutated Scorpion that I can see people army building that shit. Maybe get like a Conan shot cooking or something, some kind of crazy fantasy shot. Like that looks like a lot of fun. That looks cool. And also with the soft goods, a little soft goods robe and shit, little cloak. So pretty cool. And then you also get like a faceplate change. So is this the first classified with faceplates? I think people were kind of pointing that out. Overall, it looks like a pretty good release, but probably gonna be more on that deluxe price point just because look at all the stuff that it comes with. So it's got different kind of clawed fucking weapons and shit. And like I said, that big ass Scorpion, you know, that's not gonna be cheap to tool up. And then yeah, that fucking Grim Viper or Grim Range Viper, I forget what it's called. That looks pretty cool too. Like that, just the head sculpt on that shit looks gnarly. And I'm glad I actually came up on 3 of those Range Vipers. One day I saw them in stock on Walmart and I was like, whoa, finally swooped in. So I copped 3 of those, but that's a good army builder, man. I know when those came out, when those were revealed, people were going crazy for them. And then also, I think Big Bad Toy Store got to reveal this wetsuit. I think that's his name. And Toy Galaxy got to reveal this sci-fi figure. So 2 Joes coming down the line. And yeah, I saw some people talking about the wetsuit and the sci-fi. And yeah, they look pretty close to classic, you know. I think that's the one question that collectors have when it comes to the Joe line is like, are they gonna retro release some of these? Because they already look like you know, updated versions from that you know, vintage line. It's like, why would they kind of retro them, man? It's just like they probably won't for some of these deeper characters. Like, I don't think they are going to retro release everything, you know. Especially when you kind of compare the vintage figures, they look pretty much the same, just like I said, updated for modern day. But yeah, more of these like more niche characters, I guess, but also some fan favorites. I saw a lot of people pointing out that wetsuit, they were excited for him. And then the sci-fi, it's like, I know that's when it gets a little bit more zany and shit, but it still kind of looks military enough where it could kind of get the pass. It's just those fucking like metal shin guards and all that shit, man. That's what I didn't like early on from the classified series, dude. When I saw like Duke and I think was it Scarlet with that shit, I was like this shit. I was like, man, but people are eating these motherfuckers up. Like, I was like, there's something about them I don't like. I was like, they just look like futuristic combat soldiers and shit. Like fucking that Kickstarter that took people's money. Yeah, I was just like, I don't like how that looks. It doesn't look like an army soldier. It's like they don't wear metal shin guards and shit. So for this guy, I think it works though, just because it's like I said, it's more futuristic fantasy type shit, science fiction type of shit. So that's kind of cool. Gatling gun looks dope. Yeah, I like the Gatling gun, man. It's got the fucking kill marks on that shit too. So it's got a good amount of kills already. About 18 motherfuckers dead. Grim Viper needs a cloak instead. Yeah, that would look badass, huh? You're right. Yeah, I think people are gonna get creative with that shit. You're gonna get like some soft goods, customs and shit thrown on there. But yeah, like a fucking like a cloak like that would look awesome. You're right. And then also, what's the name of this motherfucker right here? This one was revealed from Entertainment Earth. This time frame, I think his name is. I probably butchered that shit, but mainframe. It's a time frame. I was like, fuck, man. I was trying to remember these shits because if I write shit down, it's just gonna be sloppy mess. But yeah, mainframe. This was revealed from Entertainment Earth the following day, and man, people were kind of pointing out just the randomness of this like rollout for these renders. It's like these were probably from that live stream that was canceled. These were probably from that live stream that was canceled because they were afraid of showing off that cop figure. So it's like, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna push these to SDCC. It's like, no, let's get like a little bit of like pre-SDCC excitement out. This was supposed to be from that live stream. They were supposed to show this shit off, and they were supposed to show off the photo solicitations to that cop, and then that was gonna that four-wheeler, that off-road vehicle, and that's what was gonna go up for pre-order that day, and they fucking canceled that live stream. That's why I felt like this was just so random. It was like, what the fuck? It's like this person gets this account gets this account gets that, and it's like, okay. But yeah, I feel like that cop figure is never gonna see the light of day now. I feel like that got swept underneath the rug, and fuck, maybe they show up in a fucking pallet at Ollie's one day, along with those fucking those Halo jumpers. Those shits are showing up at Ollie's by the caseload, $12 a pop, bro. Where weren't those like $30, $40 figures? Like, fuck, that's just crazy. If they're gonna clearance out for that much, I think those cops are gonna go to Ollie's one day, bro. I don't think we ever see any pre-orders from that shit. Could be wrong. Maybe they open up this week, maybe after SDCC, but it's just so odd. It's just so crazy. And that's what I said. The fact that you canceled it, you got a bunch of bad PR. When do you release it then? When is a good time then? It's just gonna catch more bad PR. It's like, I think they just were like, fuck this shit. Fuck that. Let's get away from this shit. Because bad idea to ever make that shit, man. Yeah, the cop figure was dope. Exactly. That was gonna be money maker, a big money maker. And like, I think even more so now. I think Hustle brought that up last time we were talking about it. It was like probably more so now, the intrigue that it's generated, you know, the potential for it never coming out. Like, I think if they do open up pre-orders on that, you know, they're gonna have like a limited run on them. They're not gonna reissue that shit ever again. Like, that's just ridiculous to me, but crazy. It's crazy. In fucking insane, man. But then jumping into the Haya 118th game, looks like they're making a Range Viper. So pretty cool figure. Like I said, man, that classified was like a really great army builder. And yeah, man, Haya Toys not far behind with their 118 stuff. First G.I. Joe 118 figure seen in a while. I know they recently kind of put out the stuff that they had on pre-order, so it's good to see that. Not more pre-orders, and that's kind of what I was asking for last time. So yeah, it looks like they've kind of fulfilled some of those. Time to get more pre-orders in, and this is a good looking one for an army builder, especially for like that 118 fan. Like, this is just gonna work well, like any kind of world building you got going on. It's just a wicked crazy design for this shit, man. Like I said, I was really happy to get this shit on Walmart when I did, because it had sold out for a while. And man, like I said, shout out to Praetorian, man. He'd be giving the links. Give it a couple weeks. Third party are gonna do those cop figures. Yeah, maybe that Action Force, man. I think Action Force is gonna do it. Non-Joe collectors who have bought the cops. Yeah, dude. The non-Joe collectors, the Joe collectors, the just people that do photography. Like, man, that was just for the memes, like for the photography, for just your world building on your shelf and stuff. Like, they would have gone good with like Marvel figures, DC figures, like Joe figures. Man, it's insane, bro. That they, like, you guys don't like money. You guys rather would fire some of your employees because you're not making a quarterly sales. Like, man, that's fucking crazy. That is wild. That's batshit crazy. I can't imagine running a company that way. I'm still waiting on my Haya 118th Cobra Viper Trooper or whatever it is. Yeah, they probably, yeah, you're right. I like I just said, they fulfilled a few of the pre-orders, but since they put out so many, it's like, man, I'm sure there's still backlog on stuff that hasn't been released yet. But seeing this going up for pre-order, I'm pretty sure they got like a good little time window now for those pre-orders that haven't shipped yet. I think this might be maybe on a boat, maybe coming soon, hard fast. So hopefully that. And then this is 118th. One thing that's kind of up in the air if it's going to be 118th or not is Boss Fight Studio teasing out an all new Hellboy figure, and no information on whether this is going to be 112, 118th. I think it's gonna be both. I think they're gonna do the same kind of thing they did with like the Red Sonja. I think they're gonna make a 112 release, and I think they're gonna make like a 112 also. So 118th and 112. I mean, I think they might do that. Cause yeah, I know people will like that 1000 toys Hellboy, but I like the head sculpt on this. If it looks anything like this, I'm interested to see just how they put the figure together. Cause yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I have any boss fight studio stuff. I haven't picked up that Red Sonja, even though I showed a little bit of interest in it. I don't know. I actually got to get around to picking it up because that's another figure that's gotten like mixed reviews. There's some people that didn't really like it too much, and other people are like, yeah, it's kind of mid, and then other people that are like, nah, this is dope. So I didn't really get like a final verdict on that one, but I liked how it looked. I do got to pull the trigger on that shit. Because I do want a Red Sonja figure. Especially after that movie comes out. That movie looks fucking terrible. You know there's not gonna be any good Red Sonja figures coming out after that god awful shit, because company's gonna think they ain't no money in that shit. Nobody wants to watch this crap. That just sucks when the shit gets made so poorly, man. It's just like companies think that nobody wants the fucking shit, bro. It's like, what the fuck? Like, make it good and the customers are gonna come, you piece of shit. So yeah, I gotta wait to see what's up with this boss fight Hellboy figure. But as more information comes out, I'm sure we'll know. And then something that might work well with this Hellboy release, especially if it's 112, looks like Operation Monster Force is teasing out the Raven Society, a place where fiction meets reality. So looks like they're coming out with their Figura Obscura line. That's kind of what it seemed like to me, but this story is pretty creepy, man. A little eerie little tale. It says on October 1st, 1849, Edgar Allan Poe went missing. He was discovered 3 days later, semi-conscious. This is semen. Semi-conscious, wearing clothes that were not his own and not coherent enough to explain how he came to be in his dire condition. He died 7 days later. His last words were, "What have I done? Lord, help my poor soul." What occurred in those 3 days has remained a mystery until now. So more pre-orders, guys. Looks like we got more pre-orders for Monster Force coming, because like Ghost Tab is saying about Hyatt Toys, like, yeah, they've opened up so many goddamn pre-orders. This company is no different, bro. This company is no different, where it's just like, it's hard to even get excited. It's hard to even get excited because it's like, I gotta wait till 2027 for this shit. Like, let me know then. Let me know then about this shit, because that's gonna be a long ass time, buddies, by the time you guys put anything out. So intrigue is there always with these guys, but like, man, you know what I mean? I need the shit in the hand, bro. I want to see this shit. I don't want to hear about it. Like, I want to see this shit in fucking hand, guys. So gotta wait to see that. And then also a little teaser from Valiverse. So like, this was announced at Valicon, Splinter Cell, Blacklist coming from Valiverse. So a little license that he got with Ubisoft. Interested to see this, man, when it finally rolls out. Like I said, it's good to see companies license out stuff that's up their wheelhouse, because you know it's gonna be done well. And I was just showing off my Vanguard haul, bro. This haul set is fucking badass, man. Like, this is crazy, though. Like, this is dope, bro. So I know Bobby can cook, man. Like, I know he can cook. So hopefully he continues to get like cool shit out there. But yeah, this shit, Bobby cook. Like, if Bobby cooks correct, bro, he cooks, bro. Like, he gets his shit cooking, man. So I'm interested to see that Splinter Cell line. And then yeah, how well it does for him, and see if he continues on with Ubisoft, maybe to make other stuff, you know. Shit, I know people want like fucking Assassin's Creed figures, and maybe he does something like that. Like, that would be interesting. On October 1st, 1849, Diddy took Edgar Allan Poe. They are on the way. Oh shit, maybe. Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck you guys, man. Oh shit, a Poe figure with 2 sets of clothes. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, anytime I hear like Edgar Allan Poe, I always think of that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, the fucking Bart, Forevermore. Forevermore, he drives Homer crazy and shit. Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. Only witness was Joe Biden. Just like that Epstein list, bro. That shit did not exist. That's the Raven Society right there. World War II Jeep. Yeah, we're gonna see some shit from Bobby, I think, for that World War II line. I'm just to see that. And then also another teaser from another video game. looks like Kyoto ain't stopping with that fucking Ninja Gaiden shit, man. Now they're making the OG Ninja Gaiden, the first game, Ryo Hayabusa, and fuck, man, you know it's gonna be a dope one, man. Their Ninja Gaiden figures are pretty freaking awesome looking, and all kind of somewhat tweaked designs. You know, they're all kind of a little bit different. This one is more classic ninja looking, so yeah, I can definitely see this one selling well. Also, I gotta get my hands on one, man. I gotta get my hands on at least the next one that's coming out, or maybe this one, because I did miss out on that first one, even though I saw a bunch of people posting it. I was like, man, I do want it, but like I've said in the past, I always kind of put my brakes on Yamaguchi stuff because I'm not the hugest fan of them, but they do look like fun figures all the time. And then also another tease, we got Kraken Studio teasing out Death Stranding also. So I know we just kind of talked about Hot Toys for Death Stranding 2. Looks like they're making a figure for game number 1. Like I said last week, the Figma has done that in the past. You know, Kraken Studio is going to come correct, because right here we get a little teaser image from their God of War production sample, and just look how good this looks, bro. Like, this looks insane, you know. So yeah, it looks like they're go-to company for like these video game properties for figures, man. We were taking a look at that fucking Big Boss figure last week. Yeah, it looked good. So I think this is it's gonna be another one. And yeah, interested to see that Death Stranding release. And then YOLO Park AMK Mini Pro, looks like they're gonna make a Metal Slug tank, the SV Ostrich, and it looks like they're gonna make some of the Metal Slug figures kind of more chibi style. I don't know if the figures are gonna have articulation, but I'm interested to see what's up with that tank, bro. That tank looks sick. And the little ostrich, man, kind of look a little bit more stylized, but since it was a video game that was like almost like 8-bit or some shit, it's like, yeah, I don't mind them to be stylized, especially if you missed out on those Tunchi. Ain't gonna be anywhere near the Tunchi quality, but that tank, I want to see at least what's up with that tank. And it'd be cool if you could kind of port the little figure inside of that shit. That would be awesome, man. So yeah, interested to see this. Is kind of bigger news from YOLO Park. I didn't see this coming, but okay, all right. You got some other shit outside of Transformers and Evangelion and shit. So interested to see that. And then also more little teaser images, this time from Flame Toys, for this fucking Dragon Zord. This looks insane. Like, fuck, this is what I gotta put my money to. I gotta stop buying bullshit. Get some of this doper shit, because yeah, this looks fucking dope. I'm excited to see this. Probably gonna see this more information at this at Wonderfest, along with this Gurren Lagann, Topo Gurren Lagann. So Kuro Karakuri. It's kind of more of a stylized version of it, but man, like I've said in the past, this Gurren Lagann design is always fucking gnarly as fuck for a mech. Like, probably one of the gnarlier looking mechs out there, just because of that huge ass head and shit as his like torso. It just looks crazy. So yeah, and then the Flame Toy stuff, how they stylize them, it's just, they always look so cool. I always really love the way the Transformers look. They just look like they got more attitude and shit. And then also Noda Collections teasing out their middle-aged man blank body, their square head. So yeah, 5 years ago when they put out that OG buck that they had, sold really well for them. Now they're kind of making more of a everyman type of body, and this looks pretty good, man. You know, I think just for the meme factor, people are gonna cop it, but looks pretty good. You can kind of use this body for like your customs, your kit bashes and stuff. And it's just something different, man. It's like I said, you got to get different shapes and sizes, especially if you're trying to world build and stuff. You got street humans, you got to get bodies like this, you know. That's kind of what I thought when I saw that street humans line from Shardamus. I was like, hey, this is just boring goons. Like, it doesn't look like different humans and shit. This looks crazy. This just looks fucking fun as fuck with just the minimal that it has on there. So to tell me that you can't make a street humans line like fun, it's hard not to be able to do that, you know. But he succeeded. And then also saw this kind of floating around X. Looks like it's going to be a third-party bank heist Joker figure. So a tribute series retro villain number 112, not a classifiable entity. They just kind of retyped that over and over. So I don't know what the fuck that means, but shit, I'm just to see what's up with this, man. I do want like a figure of this. I even wanted the McFarlane that was a Chase exclusive, or I think it was an SDCC exclusive. Never got it, but man, that opening scene from that movie was just all-time great scene. I love that shit. Like, you want to talk about putting you right smack dab in the middle of some action? I know James Gunn thought he did it, but this movie, man, in the middle of a fucking bank heist, like, and it's just getting done so well. Like, what the fuck is going on? Each one starts killing each other off and shit. Like, less, more money split, less ways. Like, man, it's just so fucking good. And they're like all talking about this dude, like the Joker. Like, what the fuck? He didn't even show up to his own heist. Who the fuck does he think he is? Like, it was just so good, man. So, oh man, anytime I get any kind of information on figures for this movie or whatever, it's interesting. It's interesting, man. Even though it's like, fuck, how many times are we gonna buy this shit, man? Even the MEZCO, I'm intrigued by. So this looks cool. I would be happy to just pose him out like this with his, like I said, bank robbery, fucking mask and shit. That shit was just classic. And then I'm just gonna close out with the Jazzwares from the Vault Kanto Pokemon set. And man, I saw this set go live finally, and I thought this shit was cool as shit, bro. Like a fucking starter Pokemon evolution fucking 9-pack. Like, this is sick, dude. So you get the Charmander evolution set, you got the Charmeleon, the Charizard, the Bulbasaur evolution set, the Ivysaur, the Venusaur. The best fucking starter Pokemon, Squirtle. You get the Wartortle, you get the Blastoise. This is fucking sweet, bro. When I saw this, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I can't wait to get it. Went on the site, so I was $100. I was like, I'm waiting for a sale. I am not fucking buying this shit for $100, man. I'm missing the goddamn Venusaur, bro. I never got that fucking Wicked Cool Toys Venusaur. I have a Blastoise. I have fucking multiple Charizards. One of them is the Blokies though, and then the other one's the Jazzwares. This one looks kind of cheap. It has like that nasty cut down the middle. Looks cheap as fuck. But the Charmeleon looks cool. And then the battle poses for the Charmander and the Squirtle, the Bulbasaur. Looks fucking great. I love this shit. Kanto region, goated fucking region, OG Pokemon. Like, what would have made a better set though, and I can't believe no company has done this before, is Mewtwo Strikes Back. He clones these motherfuckers. What does he do? You guys want to fight? Let's fight. We're going to the fucking stadium, bro. He fucking sends out the clone of Venusaur, clone of Blastoise, and clone of Charizard. And they had like these like kind of markings on them. They need to release a 3-pack of that, bro. I would buy that instantly. The Mewtwo clones of the starter fucking Pokemon and shit, the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. That would look so sick. I seen one guy one time, he was like a 3D printer. He was like printing them out when they're in that like tube. That shit looks crazy. I would want that too, but that looks a little bit more technical. I don't think companies could pull that off, but just give me the paint work on those. Like, that shit was awesome. I love that scene where they were like, fuck you, your fucking clone can't take on the real thing. Like, Venusaur, go. They start fighting. Like, man, when I remember when I first watched that movie, I remember we watched it in Japanese. My neighbor, he had that shit. He was like a Japanese like kid and shit. I remember we went to his house. He had that shit in Japanese, and it was just fucking one of the best movies I ever saw, guys. One of the best movies I ever saw. So yeah, it's pretty cool little set right here. It has like a light up feature. But like I said, $100, that's a little bit steep for me. For this in particular, where I really just want the fucking Venusaur. I got like a Bulbasaur, I got fucking Charmander, I got Squirtle, got all that shit, but I really just want the Venusaur. So for that, I'm like, I think I'm good. But cool set. Like I said, cool set. If I didn't have any of these Pokemon, I would cop it, man. But probably gonna wait for a sale on this shit, man. Like, just because that's just too much for $100. But it'd be cool if they did the Squirtle squad too, like with all the shades and shit. I know they're putting on like a plush set, but like a little figurine set, a little figure set, even if they don't have articulation, I would cop that shit instantly. That shit would be fucking awesome. But yeah, guys, that's all the action figure toy news I have for the week. Trying to keep it a moderate little 2.5 hour episode. It's not too much toy news, but talking about Pokemon, guys, talk about that all night. Best part of the Mewtwo movie is how the girl cried when the Pokemon are fighting each other. Not like this. That's not Pokemon do, is fight each other. Yeah, exactly. And you got fucking Pikachu just slapping himself. Oh man, it was so corny. It was great, bro. It was just awesome. But I want that. I want like the clones that Mewtwo did of the Pokemon, and then I want Mewtwo in his like Team Rocket armor. Fuck, man. Like, I don't know how we haven't got to figure that shit. Like, I think Bandai or Takara told me they had put out one before, but that shit's got like gone up crazy in the aftermarket. I think it's like a $300 figure. I don't even think it has articulation, but I'll take like a Jazz words of that shit too. I actually got to get that Ultra. I forget what the name. Mega Charizard, the blue one with the blue flame. I gotta get that shit. I seen a scene where he's like fighting Mewtwo with that shit. Fucking dope, guys. Fucking awesome. Like I said, I'll talk Pokemon all night, guys. But I do gotta get out of here, man. Like I said, next week probably gonna have a jam-packed show. Gonna talk SDCC reveals, Wonderfest reveals. And I think the other con is ACGHK, I think in Hong Kong or something. I think that's going on the same weekend. Also Mayfex. So got a lot to talk about, man. So tune in. Episode 56 just around the corner. And that's it, guys. Until next time, man. You guys keep collecting, keep buying dope shit, man. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out, guys.